Okay, I think we're live now on YouTube as well. I guess I just needed to start it up separately, but it's working now. Yes, we are live on YouTube as well now. Phew, crisis averted. Avoided. Averted. Avoided. Alright, looks good. So, today, obviously, as you can tell from the stream title, we're waiting for the V3 fine-end changes in the beta to come out, which is basically in like 3 minutes. So we'll see how much there is to talk about that. And then afterwards, I'll finally play the Galactic Baseballer event. But while we're waiting for the beta changes... Oh, I'm on the wrong account. I'm on my mail-only account right now. Let me go farm for Finon on my main account. I'm switching scenes so that you guys don't see my login information as I log into my main account. Just one moment. Okay. Bringing you guys back. Alright, we're back. So the beta updates in about 2 minutes, but I'm not sure how quickly the leaks will come in. So while we wait for the information to be posted, like I said, I'm just going to be farming Finon relics. We'll see if we can get as good as luck as we got the other day. Just to flex the relic one more time, I think I have it equipped on Luca. There it is. Beautiful, isn't it? Almost perfect. Alright, let's see if we can test our luck in the Finon Cavern Mines this time. Do you guys have any favorite characters you like to borrow from your friends for mindless cavern farming? Oh. This is an E6 Mighty on my friends list. This one is my favorite to use for cavern farming. Mighty's just really comfortable for it, I feel like. You have a what? A crit rate, crit damage headpiece that triple rolled into crit rate and no crit damage? Send me a screenshot of that on Discord, Shadow. I'd love to see that. Yeah.
Through my blood.
Let's see if I can beat that with my farming today.
Enjoying yourself?
Nothing major.
It's 9 o'clock now, so while I'm farming, if you guys see the leaks come out for his V3 beta, you can tell me, and then I'll immediately switch over to look at it.
Divinity. The dead return.
It's ironic that the body piece, the chest piece, which is normally like one of the hardest pieces to farm for, that's the first good relic I have for Finon. Meanwhile, all of his other pieces, I don't have anything good. So I got arguably the hardest one out of the way first. Oh, that's the wrong set. That's not the healing set. It's not a 4-liner, but I'll keep it just to roll it.
I am strike. Burn it all.
But ideally, I want double crit pieces that start with 4 rolls already, so that I can get 5 upgraded rolls.
Fury upon you.
Hello to everyone joining. Thank you for joining. We're just going to be grinding until the Finon changes are live.
Forever doomed. Receive
Hi, Taro Skull. Thank you so much for being here.
the dead return.
Just followed? Oh, thank you so much. It means a lot to me, really.
Conquer all land.
Ah, there it is. Just got the notification for it. Thank you so much.
Through my blood.
I'm not even really sure if I'm going to be using the healing pieces. It's a good set, but
Burn it all.
I like the skill points of the other healing set too.
I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Hi Ben.
Fury upon
So glad you can make it. We've only barely just started. Right now, we're just farming for Fine Relics right now while we wait for the
underestimated
beta
your
changes
room.
to be live.
The
But I'm so
dead
glad you made
return.
it.
Receive divinity.
How have you been, Ben?
Forever doomed. Now accept your punishment. Conquer all lands.
Alright. Oh my gosh, it's such a good piece if I want to build him with speed. Oh my gosh, it's so good. My plan was to build him with attack, but if I ever do want to build him with speed, I mean, I have to roll this piece. Just to see, right? Loker Ekoler, hi! Thank you so much for joining. I know, I'm on a roll with my Fine Relics Lux. And this one's okay, I guess. Okay, we are definitely rolling this one after we finish farming. Yeah, that's great for a -1 Sunday. I have E2 Branya, but she's definitely getting replaced eventually with a certain other support character coming out eventually. So maybe one day I'll want to run a -1 speed setup with Sunday. And I'll definitely be incentivized to run speed boots on Finon if these boots roll perfectly, right? A certain wind harmony. Do we know she's wind? I might have missed that from leaks.
Enjoying yourself?
Nothing major.
Wait a minute. Is she literally just Branya 2.0? Or Branya 3.0 if Sunday is Branya 2.0? They gave her Branya's exact same element and path. That's crazy work.
The dead return.
Once again, not subtle at all by Hoyo.
Forever doomed.
Torment and doubt, farewell. I will watch
Oh, I
over
think we also got some more leaks on Ceridra's kit, so we can look at that alongside the Finon beta update.
Conquer all lands.
I know we got some preliminary info about, ooh, speed is always good for the healing set. Some leakers were giving early info on what the version 3 beta update will look like for Finon. I haven't looked at those yet because I didn't want to spoil myself. Mighty is my favorite support character to take when grinding Calyxes. Just very brainless and easy, you know? Obviously, he's literally the auto battle character.
Receive divinity. Forever doomed.
And this is an E6 Mighty, obviously borrowing from a friend.
The dead return.
Oh, you sent the screenshot, Shadow? I'll take a look at it in a bit.
Underestimated. Conquer all lands.
Hi to more people joining. Hi. The leaks should be live on the Reddit soon, so we'll take a look at that soon. This is a good piece. We already have our perfect crit rate chest, but I'm gonna lock it just in case.
I am strike.
We got a good chest and good boots. How crazy it is it that the only pieces we don't have for Finon are the hands and the head?
Nothing major.
I mean, those should be the easiest pieces, but having no luck with those.
Fury upon you.
I was even ready to use my self-modeling resin in order to craft the perfect chest piece for him,
Receive divinity.
but
The
already
dead
got the perfect
return.
one. Hi, Hazelnuts, hi.
Bloom.
So glad you can join us. Will I be making videos on the collab characters? Definitely, definitely.
Accept
Especially
your
once
punishment.
V3 comes out. Obviously, we're not only looking at the beta changes for Finon, but the V3 changes for Saber and Archer. Those are going to be really important too. And generally, characters are a bit more finalized during their V3 beta update, so I'll definitely start touching on the Fate characters some more after their V3 update today. Currently on maintenance. Hold on, I'm checking HomDGCat. What does it say? You can't wait for March 9th, Silverwolf and Cyrene? Yeah, those are all really hyped supports. Alakiller, do you know where you saw that it's on maintenance? Because I'm not seeing any information on it. If you could tell me, that would be helpful. Oh yeah, I know what you meant, but... You saw some leaks yesterday, and it got you nervous that they're going with the Acheron Jiaoqiu direction again? Oh no, I've avoided looking at the early leaks of the beta changes. I wanted to remain unspoiled. But it wouldn't surprise me, honestly, as unfortunate as it is to say. I could see them going the Acheron Jiaoqiu direction.
The dead return!
Hi, Noeptus! What would I hope for V3 Finon? Well, in my video for him, I mainly laid out 3 issues that I had for him. Sets Mooncake, thank you so much for following! So the 3 issues I had with Finon was, number 1, downtime for his ultimate. I wanted ways to either be able to stack his ultimate faster, or just alleviate the pain of the downtime. Thank you so much! Sets Mooncake, that's a hilarious name. So yeah, number 1 change I would want for Finon would be alleviating the downtime of stacking his ultimate. The second change I would want is to address his rigid action value consumption. Obviously, I think this is the most famous problem he has, how he eats action value. Like little fat fuck, Hyacinth and Ika. I do kind of suspect they're saving the action value solution to tie it behind Seridra, his support, but we can always hope that they address it in his main kit. And then the third change I would want to see is addressing the practicality of his damage in AoE. Obviously, his main damage source comes from his bounce attack, which is a little unreliable in AoE. And then his other AoE attack is his counter attack, which can feel a little bit underwhelming. So I would just like to see them touch up on his kit there. Yeah, I can't wait for the update either. A certain Finon-hating leaker got me so nervous about V3. Oh no. I saw that there were early leaks about his V3, but I chose not to look at them so that I could stay unspoiled going into this stream. You're hoping to E6 him? Same! Kind of. So I'm hoping to E2 him, and I'm only going to go all the way to E6 if my luck is really good, as in I win every 50-50 or even get him early. Some copies of him early. Or the second option, and a very likely option, is that my chat gaslights me and peer pressures me into E6ing him the day of his banner, which my chat was already doing the other day, and he's not even released yet. So we'll see how that goes. You saw a counterattack with 9 or 10 stacks hitting at almost 2 million. Yeah, Pure Fiction, the grit buffs in Pure Fiction can be really strong. And actually, there's a current buff in Finon's Pure Fiction that he's releasing in that buffs counterattack damage by 100%. So if you see footage of his counterattack hitting really high, it's because the Pure Fiction that he's being tested in has a really insane buff specifically for his counterattack. So it's kind of similar with his tailor-made Memory of Chaos, also giving him an insane buff. You kind of have to test him in more neutral scenarios for a full scope of his kit and some of the issues he might need solved. I don't think he's terrible in Pure Fiction by any means though, Alakiller, so I understand if you think he's completely fine there. Blue Note, hello! You might E0 S1 or E1 S1, so to pull E2 on a rerun? That sounds like a good plan, yeah. E6 for the vertical investment, yeah. My friends say if they don't fix his AoE issues as well as his other problems, he's gonna be mid in AS and abysmal in PF help. I think he could struggle in Apocalyptic Shadow and Pure Fiction scenarios that are unfavorable to him, for sure. You wanna go to E2 S1? Same. That's what I'm definitely getting, and what I'm guaranteed to get. Gotta make that Finon #1 fan seem legitimate. You gotta E6? Is E6ing him the only way to prove my loyalty? Is it not enough that I've already skipped every single Emphorius banner? Look at my savings. You're going to E2 S1 and then save for his dedicated supports. That's my plan too. And I also would want to vertically invest into his supports, like Siridra and a certain other character that I won't name. ZZ Rafa, will he be an MOC King? LMAO. I think he'll definitely be an MOC King paired with Siridra. And on his release, I mean, the Memory of Chaos environment is going to heavily favor him. So it's always hard to fully grasp how well a character is performing outside of an environment that's heavily shilling them. I think he has some issues in Memory of Chaos, namely his action value eating. He burns through that really badly for the rest of your team, pushes them all way down once he exits his ultimate. But again, I think Siridra is going to fix that issue, but without her, he might not be as much of a mock king. They're sucking free-to-play players dry with these updates, man. Yeah, they're being especially not subtle about it with 3.4. I mean, come on, they're releasing Finon and the Fate collab banner. How good is his light cone compared to the free-to-play one? I don't have numbers or percentages for you or anything. I would say his light cone is pretty good. The defense ignore is nice, but not game-changing if you're not stacking it. If you're not stacking defense ignore onto his team with, for example, Sunday's E1. 77, thank you so much for following. Good morning, Zen. Okay, what I will say about Finon's light cone is I don't think it's as necessary as, say, Casterus's light cone is for her. Casterus literally has no good free-to-play options, and Finon at the very least does. So I don't think his light cone is as mandatory as Casterus's was for her, if that's any relief. You already have E2 S1 Sunday, gonna have to get Siridra. Yeah, that's gonna be really strong. And, hey, it all makes sense now. I remember way back during Sunday's beta, I always thought it was weird that Sunday's E2 only gave extra skill points the first time he uses his ultimate. But I think they actually designed it around Finon. Because Sunday is barely getting any turns in a Finon team, the fact that Sunday's E2 only gives skill points on his first ultimate doesn't really matter, right? Because he's only getting one ultimate over the course of the battle. And the skill points really help Finon. And they're basically giving 0 wishes for the new characters. We'll see. Praying for good core flame changes? Yeah, same. What's his light cone signature stats? His light cone has the highest base attack in the whole game, so that's really huge for him. It gives 18% defense ignore, I believe, along with 60% damage bonus, and then it gives a base speed increase, which increases, or rather decreases the action value he eats up from his additional turns during his ultimate. Sunday S1 helps him so much, it really does, but Sunday's S1 helps every team so much. That light cone is just broken. Do you think they'll make blank new 5-star tailored for him? I do. I guess I think it'll be similar to Hyacine. I imagine they're going to make him somewhat universal. But on the other hand, I don't know how they can make him universal and make him compete with a 3rd harmony slot for Finon. Running 3 harmonies is just so broken that any sustain would have to do so much to be able to compete in a Finon team, you know? Like, I can't even fathom what that preservation 5-star would have to do to compete with Triby or Robin in the last slot of a Finon team. Sunday's E2 sounds really bad in a vacuum. It really does. Sunday is notorious for having bad vertical investment beyond his E1 and S1. All my destruction units besides Blade fighting over on the fall of an Aeon. That's how it's always been, right? And that's by design. Hoyo wants you to pull for their signatures. I don't expect huge changes. He is busted already. Maybe some quality of life after he ends his rotation. I would agree with that. I'm hoping for quality of life more than anything else. I hope he's universal because I need a good version of him. Same. Third time's the charm, hopefully. How about E6 Sunday? E6 Sunday is alright. I think it's just in comparison to some of the other Harmony units, vertical investment is where Sunday falls behind a bit. They'll do the Ho-Ho route when it comes to Dan Heng's new form with buffs on his abilities. They could. My comparison was just to Hyacine. You know, Hyacine doesn't have a lot of buffs in her kit. So if the preservation unit is anything like her, you know, it's gonna be hard for him to compete with a third Harmony slot. I'm a Sunday main at heart, man. I wanted that man for a year. I feel that. Sunday is definitely one of my favorite characters. And actually, Sunday is the only character who I pulled for his signature light cone. Every other character, limited character on my account is E0, S0. My account overall is very low investment, and Sunday is the only one who I invested for his signature light cone for. Obviously, Finon is about to break that, but hey, you do what you gotta do. Thank you for taking your time to answer. I appreciate it. Oh, I appreciate you joining my stream even more in Webdis. This is just my way of showing my appreciation. Oh, Hazelnuts, I'm sorry that people are using spoiler names. Try to keep spoilers a little more under wraps, guys. Who do you think is the best E6 DPS unit in the game? Huh. I mean, it's probably just one of the current big three, right? It's Aglaya, Herda, or Castris. Storywriter here. Hi, thank you so much for joining the stream. Wouldn't Ceridra supposed extra turns dilute Finance E2 and make it less valuable? I suppose it's going to depend on how Ceridra's extra turns manifest. We don't really have enough information on her, I would say. Sunday made me break my free-to-play streak in HSR. Well, I'm still free-to-play, baby. You'll say Castris? Castris is a good answer, yeah. Storywriter here. Oh, shoot, sorry, new here. No worries, no worries. Thank you so much for joining. Necra Utilis, thank you so much for following. E6 is nuts? Yeah. Honestly, fine on E6. Could be up there for the new strongest DPS in the game. The Herda and Castris is the definition of all-rounder DPS. By all-rounder DPS, do you mean they can function in single-target and AoE scenarios? Because I could agree with that, for Castris more so. I think Herda can struggle in some single-target scenarios. E6 Mighty is wild though. Hi, I come from your Final Teammate guide. I hope you liked the guide in the video. I'd love to hear what you thought about it, and I'm free to answer any questions you have. Finon broke my free-to-play streak? Blue Note, he's not even... His banner isn't even live yet. What do you mean he broke your free-to-play streak? Phi E6 is silly. Yes, it is. I hope so, but let's see V3 first. You think Gallagher's E6 is really up there? In terms of just overall value? Really? I mean, it's good, I guess, for break teams. Wait, what does E6 Finon do again? E6 Finon makes him able to hold more stacks for his bounce attack, and makes all of his attacks in his ultimate give him more stacks. And it's Triby's E1. It's true damage. Oh, thank you. I'm glad my Finon teammate guide was helpful. You're pre-farming those jades like gears. Okay, I'm just checking the website to see if the update is live yet. Still no. Huh. Still taking a little while, I guess. Okay, make sure you guys let me know if you see the leaks for his V3 being posted. Currently have 150 pulls for Finon and Saber, genuinely hoping to continue my 50-50 win streak. Yeah, fingers crossed for you. And fingers crossed that Saber's banner lasts longer than a patch, because that would be really helpful for people aiming for both. How long would it take to go live? I'm not sure, honestly. E16 yen with DDD or E0 S0 Robin for third harmony for Final on release. I personally prefer Robin. Yeah. I'm pulling for Finan. Sorry. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Pulling for Finan in his light cone and also Saber. Yeah, for your sake, I hope Saber's banner is extended. You have to go to sleep? No worries, no Eptis. If you have to go, then thank you so much for joining the stream. And you can always watch the VOD if you want to see my thoughts on his V3 changes. Or honestly, I'll probably make a video out of my reactions on this stream, so. But I really appreciate you being here. Max HP true damage and more ulti skill point cap. Yeah, for Finan Z6. Finan is legit making me want to spend money on this game. Look, if anyone was going to make me do it, it would be him. 3.4 banner stacked AF. Yeah, Hoyo knew what they were doing. Honestly, thank goodness Archer is free, right? Yeah, of course, Neptus, no problem. Hello, everyone from YouTube. That's a lot of views. Thank you so much for joining. Right now, we're kind of just waiting for the beta update to go live, but while we wait, I will do the new event. I haven't tried it out yet. And I'm just answering questions. 227 pulls saved currently. Yeah. With a bit of luck, you can get them both for sure. Archer is kind of needy though. You mean in terms of his teammates that he needs? Also, hi, Kiri. Thank you so much for joining. Do you think Silver Wolf is gonna get nerfed? Yes, I do. I genuinely do think she's going to get nerfed.
Take a rest. It's time for tea
But
and cake.
I think they're going to nerf Silver Wolf's damage. I think they're going to nerf the multiplayer on her ultimate. Because right now it's doing some crazy AoE damage. It kept its multipliers for single target back before she was buffed. So they kept the same multiplier, but they just made it AoE. So it's really high, unnaturally high. So I do think they're going to tune her numbers down. But I think her amplifying numbers are going to stay the same. Silver Wolf for sure getting shot, unfortunately, yeah. What do you think about Kafka buffs? I think they changed Kafka to be much more of an enabler. Giving her a passive that buffs dot damage by 75% is really huge to make her future-proof. The main thing Kafka wants is a better dot DPS than Black Swan, which we're definitely getting. So going the direction of giving Kafka more supportive capabilities was a really good direction to take her kit. And I don't think we can get the full picture for how strong Kafka's going to be until a certain physical dot character releases. But yeah, I'm pretty hopeful for Kafka's future. Just based on the direction they took her buffs, giving her buffing capabilities. Do we know if Ruan Mei give Finan... Oh, if her signature gives Finan a stack? No, it does not. The ability has to target his character model. Like, you have to click on him in order for the ability to give a stack. Chewy, do you think they'll rerun the buffed characters in 3.4? We've gotten no indication that they're going to do it. I think it would be weird if they didn't, but again, just no indication. I can't wait to see how she'll fare. So I have 160 speed Branya. Should I slow her down to 134 just so that she can be played with Finan? 160 speed Branya is more than playable with Finan. I have a bunch of showcases on my channel. It's linked in the description of my team building guide. You can see a bunch of Finan Zero Cycle compilation there. And Branya is built at around 150 speed in that video. So you don't need to slow her down at all. It just depends on the playstyle you're going for. Your E6, R3, oh, chat is moving fast. Let me just make my chat a little bigger for a second. How much time till V3 goes live, by the way? I'm in school right now, but no professors are coming in, so I'm only waiting. It's live, we're just waiting for the leakers to post about it, right? Is V3 out already? It's technically supposed to be, but I'm just not seeing any posts on it yet, so there's nothing to really talk about yet. Just waiting for them to have it posted. Terra Skull, only thing I want for Silver Wolf is to be able to keep the 33 res shred on all enemies, not just when brute forcing. Oh, yeah? That'd be pretty busted. About 90 minutes approximately, you guess. Is that how long it usually takes for the beta update to get here? We have some time to fill in with the event. HomDG Cat found new V3 DU curios. Interesting that they're adding new curios. I hope they buff Danhang IL, he really needs it. I don't know when they're going to do the next round of old character buffs, but when they do, he should definitely be on the list. Also, hi Chris Dessings, thank you so much for joining. Story writer here, V3 is out? Is it... Where can I look at it? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's slowly coming in. Let me... There, now you guys can see what I see, right? We'll just keep refreshing then. Does Ho-Ho's skill target stack Finon? Her skill usage, yes.
Psycho Titan just followed.
Do you know 4-star Abundance Light Cone Blessed Feeling gives stacks for Finon? Blessed Feeling. Do you mean Shared Feeling? Cause that one does not give stacks for Finon. What do you think is the next batch of buffed characters? Oh gosh, I would have to go through and look at them. Remind me to come back to your question, Igniko. Because right now the version 3 beta update is coming in, so I want to focus on that right now. Thank you so much for following, Psycho Titan. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of follows. Inigo Craft 24, Diago Fossati, ZZZ Rafa, Clouds, Leona Olberg. Thank you all so much for following. Yeah, it's time. We're getting the leaks coming in now. We're just gonna keep hitting refresh. Let's look at the new curios. 2 Divergent Universe curios from the Fate collab. Oh, this is a command seal. How many of you have actually watched Fate? What? Why not? For a shared feeling? Basically, Blue Note, in order for an ability to give Finon a stack, it has to actively target him, as in, you have to be able to click on his character model to activate the ability, and if that's how the ability works, then it will give a stack. The Shared Feeling Light Cone passive is just a passive. You're not clicking on him in order to make the passive activate, so the Light Cone isn't going to give him a stack for his ultimate, unfortunately. Pull E0 S0 Sunday or his Light Cone for E3 Branya. Both pitties are at 0. Are you asking if you should pull for Sunday or pull for his Light Cone for Branya? Like one or the other? I would recommend Sunday over his Light Cone. I hope they buff 4 stars at least 1 per buff cycle. My hopes aren't high, honestly, Hazel. Is it Hazel? Is it Haze? I just noticed I've been pronouncing the 1 as an L. I think it's just Haze, right? My bad. Just started yesterday. First 2 episodes of Unlimited Blade Work are super long though. Yeah, they are. I love the show though. Do you have a favorite character? Terra Skull, I gave up with Fate. It is a very convoluted universe. Bin, those curios look like Finon and Mighty. Well, hey, I kind of see it. Although I think they're supposed to be based on Fate. In fact, this one is Avalon. It's Avalon and... Is this a command seal? No, this is the pendant, right? This is Rin's pendant. I just read fan theories, fair enough. The Excalibur thingy and the command spell, nice, yeah. So that is the command spell? Yeah, it looks a little different from Rin's pendant that was used for Archer. Yeah, Avalon, that is Avalon. It took me a second to notice. Psycho Titan, hello, thank you so much for joining. Fate is pretty fun. Sad we're not getting Gil in this first run. What do you mean? Mighty is right there. He basically looks like Gil, right? It is Hazel? Okay. Good to know. You thought it was the strife symbol? It does look similar. Obviously, we don't know anything about their effects, but I would expect the effects to be related to Saber and Archer to benefit them somehow. Does anyone know how we actually view the update on HomDG Cat? Is it just on his character page? I can't keep up with Fate at all. My moot tried to explain it to me and I couldn't get it. That's the classic Fate experience. Are these the new versions of his skill? Oh gosh, not the spoiler name. They spoiled his real name in his ability descriptions. I don't think I'm noticing anything different here. So I think I just have to wait for the posts to come. Keelgill is still different, and I'd trade Archer and Saber for the rest of the main Fate Stay Night cast, but we probably won't get Caster or Ryder. Who's your favorite Fate character, Psycho Titan? Here we go. Is it up on the Reddit? No, it is not. Looking through it, it seems like there are no changes registered on HomDGCat. That's what I'm seeing here too, Storywriter. I'm not noticing any changes. But again, I'm just clicking through very quickly. He gains up to 1 core flame, increased damage. Technique. 2 technique points, 24 energy. It's 2 Scourge. That's the same. I believe this is the same multiplier. Nobody mentioning Assassin. Fate of the main divas is Death Gill, then Caster, then Ryder, but in general it's some of the Grand Orders. I never watched a Grand Order, or played it. Is it live? We're getting some information, but it looks like they're taking a hot minute to post the changes. But we got some new curios that were added, so it is live. Did you read Eidolons? I did not. 1 second. Maybe they haven't tested it out, updated it yet? Let me look at his Eidolons.
Numi just followed.
Numi, thank you so much for following. Speed, res pen. Bonus damage when consuming, gain the 1 extra turn. E1 and all that is still the same. Restax. Scourge increased by 2 when using additionally gains 2 Scourge. After using the attack, Shin deals true damage equal to 1% of the attacks. Radiant, is there supposed to be something different that I'm not seeing? In Grand Order, there's this super hot shirtless assassin with long black hair and full body tattoos. You've gotta send me a picture, Psycho Titan. Yeah, I'm not seeing any changes registered on HomDGCat. Just doing another look over to make sure. Early leaks did say that there would be some changes, I know that. But I'm not seeing any. Huh. It's Yenching. Oh, no problem, Radiant. Heard they nerfed his Eidolons though? Well, I'm not seeing it here. Again, it might just be taking them a while to get the information up. Yenching is so hot. That's a crazy sentence to say in a Honkai Star Rail stream. That's crazy. I understand you're talking about a different Yenching though, but that's just so ironic that the name is a Honkai Star Rail character. I have a Reddit notification? Oh, for my video? HomDG's bot messed up a bit, and he's trying to fix it apparently. Of course that happens today of all days, right? In that case, we're just going to continue with the Star Rail event while we wait for the beta update to be live. Surely it doesn't take HomDGCat more than like an hour or 2 to fix it, right? Surely. Oh, this music is a vibe. Learn again. Hidden Blade, thank you so much for the follow. Story writer here, they changed Saber's Lightcone backstory to say Ultria. Oh no. I'm not even super well versed in that discourse, but I've seen it in passing. What subreddit do you get your leaks, Chewy? Just the main leak subreddit. Just the... Where is it? Just here on our Honkai Star Rail leaks. You haven't done this event? No! Cypher? Your banner isn't released yet. Wait, what is this team? Is this a main DPS physical trailblazer that I'm supposed to be playing? This is weird.
Let's go.
Builds on some characters in this event aren't great, but they perform well. Omar Diaz, thank you so much for following. Prime, thank you for following. Radiant, on Telegram it says it detected a hotfix on V3, maybe soon. We see something, hopefully. Who did you main before Finon? Well, my favorite character before Finon was Aventurine, but I think it's a little weird to call myself an Aventurine main when he's a sustain. The characters I use most often are probably Fei Xiao and Jing Yuan, I would say.
Be up your body and not bound me.
Rules are made to
Jing Yuan mentioned? Always. Always, always, always. That's my general. I'm like half reading this. Let me see. Defeat as many enemies as possible to raise your team's level within the allocated cycles. Choose, okay. I remember this mechanic from a previous event, loosely. Okay. King Yuan, of course, my general. I have an E3 Aventurine, but it's sad to see him seeming to fall off recently. We're in the abundance shill era. But in terms of keeping your team alive, Aventurine still can't be beat, in my opinion. There's some leaks about Ceridra in the sub. Do you want me to take a look at it? Look at it, Kohler? Just a tutorial, you barely get to use this team sadly. Event is really fun though, shame it is so short. Oh, okay, here are the changes. Okay, let's look at Finon first. Okay, they changed his base stats. HP was increased, sure. Base attack was lowered, but it's made up for the fact that his Lightcone's base attack is so high. Yeah, here it is, guys. Finon's talent. When Core Flame reaches 12 points, Ultimate can be activated. After reaching the max limit, up to 3... Okay, this is just wording change. Wording change. Wording change. Attacks an enemy. After entering battle, reduces enemy target. Okay, wording change. Wording change, wording change. Just a lot of wording changes. Okay, his skill. They finally stopped using inconsistent language. They just call it Scourge now. Gains Scourge by an amount equal to the number of enemies targets present, and gains 1 Soul Scourge, then cause all enemy targets to immediately take action. When in the Soul Scourge state, reduces the damage received by 75%. Immediately launches the counterattack after the... Is that the same wording? Immediately launches a counterattack after the if... I think it's still the same. I think it's still just one counterattack. 40% of his attack. 30% multiplier. Wait, what changed? Okay. His talent. Transforming. Oh, they increased his survivability? I really, honestly don't think he needed it, but sure. Sure, give us a change that doesn't actually change anything. Classic Hoyo move, am I right? At the start of battle, gains 1 point of Core Flame. When the transformation ends, okay, this is a nice change. This smoothens out a lot of rotations where he needed 1 RNG enemy hit to get into his ultimate. Like the Robin strategy. Robin needed him to get 1 hit from enemies. This completely smoothens out his rotation, so that's really, really nice. Okay, a 5% increase for healing or shielding. That's not going to change anything. And that's all the changes to his base kit. No counter change, nothing here. Don't tell me he's washed, please. If anything, more damage, less HP. I know, right, Shadow PR? They should be trying to incentivize sustain teams. Instead, they just done the opposite. Okay, let's look at his Eidolons. The speed of Caslana's extra turn increases by 72% of his base speed. Oh, they changed it completely. For every enemy target defeated within one, the inheritance ratio of extra turn speed further increases by 2% to 30%. When using ultimate, crit damage increases by 40%. For every enemy target defeated. Okay. So what this does, before his Eidolon 1 just made his ultimate countdown take up less action value at a baseline. But now what his Eidolon 1 does is that it rewards you for killing enemies during his ultimate. They've made it kind of like Zila. So when Zila kills an enemy, she gains an extra turn. For Finon, when he kills an enemy, he speeds up how quickly he gets to his next extra turn. It's not immediate, but it's something, I guess. I would have to see in practice how this ends up playing out compared to his previous Eidolon 1. Giving it a condition of killing enemies, though, is... we'll see. It should be a base speed change. If it's not, then it would make no sense. Yeah. If it's not a base speed change, then it makes no sense. That's not great outside of PF, no. Oh yeah, wait. It only increases the extra turn speed by 2%, and you have to stack it 15 times. Yeah, that's really not great outside of Pure Fiction. In fact, I would just call it a strict nerf outside of Pure Fiction. His E2, his physical res pen increases by 20%. That's basically the same as his previous one, which was a 1.2 times multiplier. And then the extra turn effect is the same. And then his E4, wording change, E6. The number of overflow point for Core Flame no longer has an upper limit. Is that really going to help that much? Oh, the second part. When battle starts, gain 6 Core Flame. After using Foundation, Stardeath Verdict's attack additionally deals true damage equal to 36% of the total damage. Okay, so they buffed the true damage multiplier out the wazoo, and they made him start with half of his stacks at E6. That's crazy that they put that behind his E6. Huh. No, the E2 extra turn is still there. When consuming Force Scourge to... yeah. When consuming Force Scourge to use Foundation Stardeath Verdict, gains 1 extra turn. It's still here. I kind of just breezed through it in my head. Well, I'm so happy for the whales. There's apparently going to be a preview or cutscene of Finon and collab characters in-game. Yeah, I saw that leak. Okay, so... summary of Finon changes. For some reason, they buffed his base HP, and they buffed his HP in his ultimate state. They nerfed his base attack, so what they've basically done is they've given him more survivability, and they didn't change his damage at all, thus further incentivizing Finon to run Sustainless, even though he already wasn't having any issues with that in the first place. So that's really weird. That's a complete, just nothing change. They didn't change any of his base skills. They did change his talent 1, so now at the start of battle, he gains 1 point of Core Flame. This is a little better than it might sound at first. There are a lot of rotations in a lot of different teams where Finon would be 1 Core Flame short, and he would require RNG enemy attacks to give him that last stack for his ultimate. Now that he has this in his first talent, it smoothens out his rotation. In a lot of teams, like some Robin teams and some Tribute teams, I distinctly remember they required 1 hit of enemy RNG. So this helps smoothen out his rotation. Okay, they gave him 5% more damage bonus for his healing or shielding trace. That's not going to affect him at all. Might as well not exist. So basically, Finon is just a playable boss. Always has been. Let me see what the chat is saying. So his res pen instead of flat damage increase, it should work out to being the same, Shadow. They're really incentivizing people to pull for his Eidolons, yeah. It helps the Robin setup, but typical Bronya Sunday just ends on 12, right? Depends on the third support. They buffed super impositions on his leg cone for some reason. Okay, I'll have to look at that. The Zero AV Robin alt tech or whatever it's called, yeah. That was actually my video, Radiant, on my second channel. Zen, they removed the res pen in E1. They did, but yeah, they replaced it with crit damage, which is so much worse. Honestly, I think they completely gutted his E1, which is weird. Yeah, more oversaturation for sure. It's way worse. Way, way, way worse. I'm just wondering if 20% res pen will do more or less than 120%. I believe the way his 120% worked before Shadow is that it basically is a 1.2 times multiplier. So it took all of his damage and basically multiplied it by 1.2, which is the exact same thing that 20% res pen does. So it should be the same thing, it's just worded differently. His action value is still a problem, it seems. Yeah, they didn't even touch that at all. In fact, they made his action value problem even worse at E1. I can't believe they made it worse, honestly. Silverwolf survived and Archer got quality of life buffs. Okay, I'll check them out in a bit, Taro. Eliza, thank you so much for following. Meshraz, thank you so much for following. His AV is just worse, yeah. At a baseline at E0, it's the same, but yeah, they nerfed his E1. Silverwolf made it through. We'll see, we'll see. And then I have to still talk about his Eidolons. Finance Eidolon 1, I don't know why they gutted it, but they did. Now, in order to increase the base speed of his ultimate, he has to get kills, so they give it a condition, and it's only 2% increased speed per kill. So he would have to... So basically, his previous Eidolon 1 increased the base speed of his ultimate by 12%, because at a baseline it's 60%, and his Eidolon 1 increased it to 72%. So that's a 12% increase in speed. His new Eidolon 1, in order to reach the same amount of speed as his previous Eidolon 1, would require 6 kills to stack this 2% to 12%. So they gave it a condition. Sure, it can stack higher now, but realistically, you're not stacking it much higher, except for in Pure Fiction. And then they also changed the res pen on his E1 to crit damage, which is just more oversaturated stats. It's lower damage overall, it's lower speed overall. I think they really nerfed his Eidolon 1 for some reason. They nerfed its damage and they nerfed the action value of it, which is really weird to me. I don't know what they're thinking. I just like how oversaturated Finance self-buffs, yeah. Finance Turtle maxing. I think they're doing these changes so people would pull for Ceridra instead of actually changing his problems, and I'm just tired of it all. I agree with that. James Chong, hi, thank you so much for joining. The fact that they did not fix his AV issues tells me they are selling Ceridra as his best teammate. Not only did they not fix his AV issues, they actively made it worse at E1. Should have been hits on enemies than kills. Yeah, I agree, Fruitshake. Ultimate Cloud. So they're just gonna nerf him into oblivion so he's no longer fun to play. Well, they didn't nerf his E0 baseline. I really don't want to come across as doom posting, okay? So I want to set my foot down there. I'm not doom posting him. His E0, basically unchanged. So he was already clearing fine at E0. He just has some issues with gameplay smoothness, and those haven't changed. I think it's completely fine to complain about those still. But he wasn't gutted at E0. It was only his Eidolon 1 that was completely changed. Still an unfortunate change, and I don't understand why they gutted his E1, but at a baseline, he'll be performing the same at E0. His E2, basically the same. The 120% damage multiplier from his E2, it's basically the same as the 20% physical res pen, the way that it works. I won't go too in-depth in explaining how the 120% multiplier worked, but yeah, it basically works the same as 20% res pen, so no change in damage. The extra turn effect is the same. Archer personally got a good change. Oh, okay, I can't wait to see. The more crit damage and damage percent he gets in his own kit, the more it seems Ceridra is going to give res pen. I agree, Radical Pancakes. I also think that's what Ceridra is going to do. We'll talk about Ceridra in a bit. We got some leaks on Ceridra as well, so I'll go over what I think her kit is going to be. Psycho Titan, I'm hoping they'll buff him more in the next version. I do think they're focusing on quality of life stuff first. Quality of life stuff first. I mean, we can hope, right? I'm still trying to be optimistic, but with these changes, it's very hard to maintain the mindset. The thing about these changes that makes it a little scary for me is the fact that they nerfed his action value on his Eidolon 1, which scares me for the direction that they want to take him in, right? Because he can still get changes, but the direction they've taken with the changes so far makes me question what they're trying to do with him. That extra charge is good though. Where? Which part are you talking about, Kazmista? Hazel, they really made him a package deal. That's disheartening. Ultima Cloud, is this patch public knowledge? Like, where should we go to look at these changes ourselves? The Honkai Star Rail Leaks subreddit, or HomDGCat, is where we get this information. Because the free-to-play people are going to play with sustains even after watching 30 vids on what his teams should be, and he'll want sustains in SU probably, so I don't think it's bad to buff stuff. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, obviously I'm not going to complain about buffs to his HP, even though I don't think he really needed it. Adding number changes is good, or number increases is good. V4 plus, please save us. Yeah, we're in the trenches. Akash, thank you so much for joining. How is the base attack nerf not affect him? Are you sure? We'll find out not lose at least 2k to 3k damage. I don't know, can you enlighten me? It affects him for sure. If I said it doesn't affect him, I shouldn't have said that. I was just kind of moving fast to get through the rest of his changes. It's a damage nerf for sure. Yeah, I might have skimmed over that, or skimmed over talking about that. Sets Mooncake. I guess the only good thing for E2 pullers is that they gave E2 his E1 res pen, but buffed it a little. Well, his E2 used to have basically the exact same effect as 20% res pen. So all they did was they took the res pen on his E1 and changed it to 40% crit damage. So it's still a nerf overall. Yeah, sorry Akash. There's a lot of changes to talk about. If you have questions about something I might have skimmed over, feel free to ask. I'll try and clarify. Yes, that's Mooncake. That core flame stack on the first trace is new, right? Yes, that is new, Cosmista. And we did talk about that. This smoothens out a lot of his rotations in quite a few teams, so I'm definitely happy with this. Okay, let me look at the other changes. Okay, we have the fate characters. Can I zoom in on this? I can't. Whatever, we'll just read it from here. I guess Luna was right about the leaks then. Saber. They nerfed her base HP, they buffed her base attack, and they buffed her base defense. Okay, that's a good base attack buff for Saber. Her skill, same damage multiplier. It increases the damage multiplier. Okay, that's the same. Saber's ultimate, same damage multiplier, same damage multiplier. Yeah, I think these are all the same, right? Saber's talent. This is probably hard for you guys to see, but it's not letting me zoom in. Maybe I have to refresh the page. Okay, it still doesn't want to let me zoom in, sure. I want Finon buffs just to make the Finon haters on Twitter crash out the same way they did when his animations dropped. Saber's talent obtains 1 core resonance point when entering battle. Increase damage dealt by Saber by 40% to 60%. Okay, so they buffed that. And they nerfed the energy. Okay. Her technique increases Saber's attack by 32%, and at the start of the next battle gains 2 cores. Okay, that's the same. Her first talent increases Saber's crit rate by... one second. I'm going to link the subreddit so you guys can look at the changes yourself. Mr. Marsk, thank you so much for following. This is what I'm using to look at the leaks. You guys can go there and look at them and follow along with me yourself. Because I can't zoom in on this for some reason, so I know the leaks are going to be hard to see. Saber is doing even more damage, good change. Yeah, they increased the damage percent on her talent. Try to take a screenshot for you to zoom in. Wouldn't it be easier to check HomDGCat directly? Do I just click on the characters? I've never checked it directly on HomDGCat, so I'm not sure how to see the changes. Amar. So I'm just gonna look on here. After using techniques, okay, we read that. Increases Saber's crit rate, that's the same when entering battle and when using her enhanced basic attack. That's the same too. When using skill, increases her crit damage. For each point of core resonance, crit damage increases by 4. Oh, wow, they just gave her more crit damage. Click track updates? Okay. I see. Thank you very much. Alakiller and Amar. Very, very helpful. Thank you. Let me send this in chat too for anyone who needs. You can scroll up and click the red back button. Okay, so they increased the crit damage on her T3. Her Eidolon 1, just more damage. And it's basically the same. Her E2 increases crit damage by 50%, increases by another 50%. They changed it to defense ignore, 15% defense ignore. When triggering the core resonance skill multiplier effect, each point of core resonance additionally increases the damage multiplier for the... Okay. Before increased the wind res pen. It went from 32% to... Oh no, it was 4%, stacking 4 times. No. Okay, so they buffed it. And then her E6 just... Oh, 1 time after every 3 ultimate uses. I don't know why they're nerfing an E6, but sure. I heard Danny Boy Preservation was supposed to give a team-wide memo sprite according to very old leaks. Wouldn't that make him BIS for Final plus Sunday? Especially E1, if he gives buffs too. It would depend on the buffs that he gives, yes. Hoyo, please be doing reverse psychology on us with these Final changes and super buff him on release for real. It's more his mechanics that I think need super buffs right now. But I'm not super hopeful after seeing the direction they took his first Eidolon. Anyway, Saber changes. She got nerfed base HP, they buffed her base attack, they buffed her base defense, they gave her more damage on her talent, from 40% to 60%. They gave her more crit damage on her T3. Now her crit damage stacks with her core resonance, up to 32% more crit damage. And they buffed every single one of her Eidolons across the board. So Saber is eating really good this beta. She got nothing but buffs. It means she can proc the energy more often. Oh, I must have just glanced over it too fast. When using ultimate for the fixed, this effect can be triggered 1 time after every 3 ultimate uses. Okay, I see. So yeah, they literally just buffed her across the board. More so ramp up time buffing. We're on the coping part of Finanism. We must be strong. Yes, we must. Honestly, kind of happy with the Saber buffs? Yeah, you really should be. These are really good. Just flat out damage increases across the board at a baseline. If they fumbled the Fate units, Hoyo would be cooked. Let's look at Archer. Base HP increased, energy decreased. That's interesting. I haven't really looked at his energy breakpoints. I'm not sure what this reaches for him. Skills, same damage multiplier, same damage bonus. This is the same, right? His ultimate, okay, they nerfed the multiplier on Archer's ultimate. Charge up to maximum, okay. So they nerfed his ult damage. Archer's teammates attack an enemy. This is his follow-up attack. They nerfed the damage of his follow-up attack. So they're targeting Archer's damage already. Archer changes are so amazing. I'll trust you. Because right now, all I'm seeing are multiplier nerfs. Technique. Same. They replaced his HP trace with attack. That's rare. While Archer is on the field, increase the maximum skill points by 2. That's nice. Wow, Archer with... How many skill points does Archer plus E4 Sparkle give us then? Like 11? Oh, that's all to his baseline? After... Oh, 60% more crit damage. Okay, that is pretty big. That's pretty huge. 10 skill points? Okay. But she will still be his best, yeah. E1. After using skill 3 times within 1 turn, recovers 2 skill points for allies. Okay. That essentially is the same result, right? 2 free energy slot? Very nice, yeah. The 4 extra follow-up attacks are the best thing about it. E2, when using ultimate, reduces the enemy's quantum res by 20%. And oh, they switched his E2 and E4, and they buffed the E2 on his E4. As E6, when the turn begins, recovers 1 skill point from all allies. The number of maximum stacks for the damage boost effect provided by his own skill increases by 1. His skill damage ignores 20% defense. Okay. Four extra follow-up attacks? I don't think he has 4 extra follow-up attacks, does he? He can just hold up to a maximum of 4, right? Which was always the case. Energy is nice, that way even if his ult is less nuke, you can use it more often at least, agreed. Sunday might be easier to use. Yeah, with his skill point limit increase, I could see that. The 60% more crit damage feels lackluster because we are already using Sparkle giving about 100% crit damage. I think that's fair. On the other hand, more stats are more stats. So it's still just an increase, right? Obviously the nerf to his ultimate damage hurts a bit, but the increased 60% crit damage affects his skill, which is his main source of damage. No problems, Radical Pancake. To be honest, I already read that. I wish he had 4. Yeah, that would be really helpful. I think the Archer changes are alright. Increased base HP, his lower energy cost will hopefully make his ultimate a little more spammable. But to compensate for the lower cost, they nerfed the multipliers on his ultimate, but it's still doing really high damage. They nerfed the multipliers on his follow-up attack. That's fine, his follow-up attack wasn't a huge part of his kit, damage-wise. And then they made him able to hold more skill points at a baseline, and they made his talent give him 60% more crit damage. So those are Archer's changes. Nerfed multipliers for better energy, better skill points, and better self-buffing. Why did Finan have to take the fall for V3? To be fair, Finan's E0 didn't receive many changes. But I agree, seeing his E1 nerfed hurts. Specifically because I personally am going to E2 Finan. So seeing E2 Finan nerfed hurts. Out of the buff units, Jingli walked out winning. Okay, let's check out the buffed units then. Which of the buffed units do we want to start with? I guess we'll just go from the top down. Jingliu first. Oh, that's not a lot. But his E0 seeing barely any changes is the fall I fear, yeah. Biz attack kind of nerf. True. I keep kind of glazing over that. That's true. The biz attack nerf does hurt him. When Jingli has 2 stacks of Syzygy, she enters the spectral. Okay, 50% crit rate. 1 stack of Moonlight. Each stack. 44% up to 5. And then this stack up to 4 times. Oh, they increased its stacks. Becomes 0, Jingli will exit and removes all Moonlight. Targets receive damage or consume HP. Oh, that's a really neat effect they gave her. After ally targets receive damage or consume HP a total 20 times, Jingliu gains 1 stack of Syzygy. So the Jingliu change, when Jingliu's allies take damage or lose HP 20 times in total, then it gives Jingliu 1 extra stack of Syzygy, which is her enhanced state turns. So since Jingliu is draining the HP of her teammates, she'll make sure that she can get this 20 stacks in order to gain 1 more turn in her enhanced state. That's really good. Yeah, no longer has Syzygy stack wastage and she gets extra stacks. Oh, hi, Shido. Is it fine over? Well, he didn't get huge changes, but they did nerf his damage a little bit, and they nerfed his E1 a bit, so it's sad for people who were going to E2. Finally, she got a change she actually needed. Yeah, and I like that they added a mechanical change onto it. Like, they added a mechanic to her HP draining. I think that makes her kit feel a lot more cohesive. So I really like that. I like it from a game design standpoint. and not just a numbers standpoint. Okay, Blade got nothing, right? 25% of the healed amount will be converted to Ultimate's tally of HP lost. I mean, it's better. It's a damage increase. His previous talent 2 was not doing anything. So that's good. It's not saving him or anything, but we'll take what we can get with Blade, right? Oh yeah, no problem, Shino. Blade got nothing. What the hell? Did we expect any different? Did we expect any different? We did not. V3 isn't final, so hope still exists for Finon. It's called Cope at this point, Fruit Shake. It's called Cope, not Hope. Kafka's changes. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, they changed it to attack percent? Okay. The only buff I was looking forward to. They need to uncap Blade's ulti damage, leave it like Ika's, yeah. So Kafka's change, what this tells me is that the new damage over time character, Hisselin's, is going to have a lot of damage bonus in her own kit, which is why they changed Kafka to increase attack instead. He got a real trace and hopefully feeds into his E1, which became really good. You think his E1 became really good? I think his E1 is only good in pure fiction now. Oh, sorry, you're talking about Blade. I'm stupid, sorry. Yeah. It's a good change for Blade, because, like you said, his previous talent or trace was completely fake. Kafka, follow-up attack regains 1 trigger count. Can cause all... Okay, wording changes. For E2, increased. Or buffed. Okay, so Kafka changes basically, they changed her from being a damage percent buffer to being an attack percent buffer, which could hint that the new damage over time character coming up has a lot of damage bonus built into their kit. So they might like the attack percent buff more. And honestly, Black Swan also has damage percent built into her kit, right? So this is better even for Black Swan too. Am I getting Kafka E2 after this? Yeah, this is really good too. Okay, let's look at Silverwolf. I expected them to nerf her, so we'll see. Hisselin's leads to dot revival, OMG. Always has been. Silverwolf can create 3 types of bugs. Okay. The numbers of these are all the same. For every attack launched by Silverwolf, 100 base chance to implant. Lasts for 3 turns. The weakness Silverwolf implanted on it will be transferred. Okay, they made it prioritize elite targets and above. That's really, really good. And will not be transferred to another enemy with weakness already implanted by Silverwolf. Okay. So, Silverwolf, quality of life buffs. And E4 is just wording changes. Actively texting my friends these changes. Wow, so Silverwolf survived. That is crazy. A lot of the changes I was expecting did not come to fruition. Well, the Finon changes, I don't know if I was really expecting changes for Finon, but I was hoping, I was coping. I expected Silverwolf nerfs. I'm surprised to see her come out of this completely unscathed. Saber's just buffed across the board. Makes sense, they're trying to sell her. Archer got some nerfs and buffs. He got some quality of life buffs, which I think is good, because I think he was going to be difficult for casual players to use. So I think it's good to see him get quality of life buffs in exchange for some multiplier nerfs. Privilege buffs. Once again, Finon took the fall. Finon got hit with a truck. I don't think I would say it's that bad. Sad for the men, though. Watch Siridra give Defense Red, Damage Volt, and Red Pen to Finon. I definitely expect her to give at least one of those. Revelry by the Sea, dot damage, increased threshold becomes trivial now because of Kafka's Trace giving attack now. No need for external attack buffer like Robin. Are there light cone changes on the sub? still have hope for the next versions. I'll try to keep hope. Oh my goodness, a Firefly rerun. Okay. Not really a truck. Cass V4 update was much worse. That was a solid 40% damage nerf for her entire kit. I don't remember Cass's V4 well enough. Oh, a random cipher preview. Light cone changes. Trail of bygone flood. What light cone is this even? I don't even know. Saber's light cone, just wording change. Finance, okay. Base speed increase is the same. Yeah, they just increased the scaling of his super impositions for some reason. That's kind of dumb. Right to be worried with Finance kit itself won't be buffed based on that E1 change. Yeah. Firefly skin might be coming out, so yeah. The BP light cone? The first one? Okay. A thankless coronation. This is Sabers. This is the same. This is... They nerfed the... Nope. What did they change? Sabers looks the exact same. Yeah, there have been rumors about a Firefly rerun and a Firefly skin. Archer's light cone, unchanged. And then this last light cone. This is one of the other BP light cones, right? Also unchanged. Okay. V4 to V6 is when everyone said it was unfair she was mid, so they mega buffed her for no reason. We can hope the same happens for Finan. Okay, light cones, uneventful changes. We looked at the buffed characters, changes. Okay. So, those are the V3 beta updates. To summarize, Finan got base stat changes. They increased his survivability. They decreased his damage. I'm hoping it doesn't affect him too much. I'll have to test it to see. He got slight quality of life upgrades at E0 because he starts the battle with 1 extra core flame now, which does help smooth in some team rotations. And then his E1 was nerfed. So that's sad. If Finan ain't hitting 1.3 mil damage at the end of V5 with 3 supports, I'm skipping this guy. I'm so pissed they nerfed his damage right now. Yeah, it's very sad that they nerfed his base attack. Cass got slammed with buffs later iterations, never stop coping. Okay. You guys will convince me to keep my cope high. I think Archer is almost damn near a perfect unit right now. Archer is great. He has a lot of skill expression too. Can you not test the Finan damage on stream, or will it bother you? It's not that it will bother me as much that I think I'll get assassinated by Hoyo, so... Although, something I have considered was making a Discord server and streaming it privately in there. But I definitely cannot publicly stream the early access. I don't think Hoyo would take very kindly to that. It's better than dooming at this point. I agree. I don't want to doom. That's the last thing I ever want to do. So I will cope instead. But yeah, those are finance changes. Overall, not a lot changed. Which is, I guess, part of the problem. We aren't sad because of what's there. We're sad because of what's not there, right? If he streams it, he will have 12 assassins sent to him, yeah. The fake character seems pretty much done. Maybe. That's risky, though. I still believe with his supports he'll be great. I agree, says Mooncake, no doubt. I think the one thing that can be said for sure is that Finan is, for sure, being balanced around 2 certain supports that are coming in the near future. For Saber and Archer, I doubt they'll be releasing any future supports tailor-made for them. With Finan, they absolutely are, and he's absolutely being balanced around them. So that is one thing to keep in mind. All the changes Finan needs are being implemented onto his support. Trust the process. I agree. I agree with that process, or I trust that process. I just don't agree with the process. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think that's what the process should be, but I do think that's what's happening. I'm glad I at least love one of his supports. Yeah, I'll be getting both of them for sure. His Biss is basically top 3, top tier supports. He better be great, I will cry, yeah. You're pulling for him even without finance? Same. Saber changes, just buffs all across the board. Increased damage, increased self-buffs, increased Eidolons. They just buffed Saber completely. Increased base attack. Really huge win for Saber. And then like I said for Archer, some nerfed multipliers across the board for increased quality of life, like more skill points, less energy, more self-buffing. Nice stuff. I'd like him to be great without them, sadly. I agree, Psycho Titan, but it is what it is. I hope that the uptime and buff variety issue he has will be fixed with Cyrene or Ceridra. I expect it to be 09. Brian Moreno, thank you so much for the follow. And Keycap Soya, thank you so much for the follow.
Just followed.
If they buffing HP so much, maybe the damage of SP summon might scale on HP, otherwise those HP buffs make no sense. Yeah. I mean, yeah, basically what you said. I agree they make no sense. And this is the suggestion you gave. Could explain it a bit more. Joanna, the queen, thank you so much for following. More said, is there any mechanical change for Finon? I missed it, or is it just damage change? No mechanical increases or changes. Barely any damage changes. They did nerf his base attack. I'll have to see how it ends up affecting him. But I think he should still be capable of clearing at the same speeds he currently was. The main change to Finon was that now he starts the battle with 1 extra point of Core Flame. And what that does is it removes some RNG enemy hits that he sometimes needed in certain team rotations. So that's the main change to Finon. Who's the second support other than Ceridra? Because if Cyrene has a territory, I worry... it's a certain preservation unit, Seiko Titan. I won't name their name. The Topi is, we still can't really know how it'll work on live. But damn, if they're doing this much to sell his supports, then they better be damn good, yeah. I mean, overall, I'm a little sad to not see more here. But we cope for V4 and V5. That's all you can do for now, right? To summarize the buff units, Jingliu basically gets an extra charge for her enhanced state. So she gets 1 more turn during her enhanced state, which is really good. Blade got a real talent. Actually does something now. Kafka buffs attack percent instead of damage percent now. Silverwolf just got some quality of life buffs. I forgot about him. I wonder how a sustain support will work with him. Yeah, because that character is going to have to do a lot to be replacing Tribby or Robin on a Finon team as the last slot. Honestly, it looks like an unfinished assignment, not in a bad way, but probably a lot more changes than V4. Maybe they're just seeing where he goes with these changes. Hopefully, I like that optimism at the very least, Shadow. And I'll try to match you on that optimism. Hopefully they're still cooking, right? Yeah. I'm not expecting changes to his AV consumption, honestly. But nerfing his attack on top of that does hurt. Emanator attacks will always hit. The Emanator attacks will hit. It's just a question of, will it hit once his supports release? Or will it hit right away? He might need to wait for that Emanator tax. Finon Kit is very dangerous balance-wise. If they buff his rotation wrong, he would become a zero-cycle machine. I agree. And part of it is because they designed him in a way where sustainless is very accessible for Finon teams. So I can see the caution in balancing his kit. I understand the caution in balancing his rotations, as you said. It's just the nerfed base attack that hurts. But again, I think this could very easily end up not changing anything. So I think it's not worth dooming about at the current moment. I'll have to test it some more. 09, I'm gonna stay positive, but I'll always be someone that will look at how a unit is bad before how they are good. I think that's fair. After all, this is a gacha game with limited currency, so you have to weigh the pros and the cons, and weighing the cons above the pros, I think, is a fair approach for when you're deciding which units are worth your pulls. Bin, yeah, same. I'm hoping at least his ult stacking would be better, but I'm in the dumps for his AV issues, yeah. He could just break the game. Yesterday, there was an early leak that he can hold 7 charges instead of 6 in ult state, but was there any mention of it? No. Unless I'm missing something. No. Lower base attack equals Robin shield. True! Robin's gonna feel even better now. Yeah. That does hurt his synergy with Tingyun, which is sad for free-to-play players. Let us know if you decide to make a private Discord server. That's actually a really good idea. I'll definitely think about it, Akash. I'd probably announce it on my Twitter. I could announce it in my YouTube community too, though. But yeah, I'll consider a private Discord server. In fact, I'll probably just open a Discord server for all my Twitch and YouTube followers, right? That makes sense. That's something streamers do. That's a thing. But yeah, that's all for the changes. Wait, the relic set? Oh, I see. They changed the relic set from damage percent to attack percent. I think I saw someone in chat say that earlier. That is a thing, that is true. Listen, Shadow, I'm new to this, okay? Akash is a Hoyo spy. Oh no! Oh no, I've already had someone in my DMs asking about how I got access to the server. To the early access server. Moving fast as a content creator? Is this moving fast? I hope so. I would love to be moving fast as a content creator. I mean, at the very least, I'm moving way faster than I ever expected. I mean, I have 20 viewers in my Twitch chat, 30 viewers in my YouTube chat. I mean, it's a dream come true, all of you being here with me. So thank you so much once again for tuning in. I'm not ending the stream. I know it sounds like I'm ending. I'm definitely not. I still want to play the Star Rail event. I'm just thanking you all for being here. Hisselin's nerf. She's so strong they needed to nerf her set. First character to be nerfed in version -1. I'm going to go to the Star Rail event now, but if you guys have any more questions about the beta changes, you can continue to keep asking and discussing, and we can keep talking about it as I go through the event. So sad stream is ending? It's not! Also, hello Sast! I have to personally say hi to every new name I see.
Can you find the...
Oh, I'm still on display capture, aren't I? Let me... There we go.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Thank you for showing us this. Yeah, of course. I'm like half reading these weapons and accessories because I don't want to miss anything in chat. How strong do you think Final will be on release compared to the rest of the meta characters?
Everything in this world.
The environment is going to heavily favor him, so he's going to be tier 0. Like Mighty Castiglea, yeah, I think he's going to be on the same level as them. I think the concern with Finon is that some of his mechanics means that certain enemy encounters and HP inflation could affect him more than his competitors. But on release, he's definitely going to be at the top of the meta for sure. I have no concerns about that. It's more about his longevity, right? His future-proofness. And no DPS is truly future-proof, but you can still hope, right?
With enough believers, lies become reality.
I wanted to ask, how did you feel about... Oh, so Blue Note. Okay, funny story, Blue Note. I actually have not played the Euphoria story past 3.0. So I haven't played 3.1, I haven't played 3.2, and I haven't played 3.3. I've been holding off on the story because I wanted to experience it on stream with a full chat. That was my dream, to experience the story with a full chat. So I was holding off on them because, you know, I wasn't getting many viewers at first. But now that I do have viewers, I would love to hop into continuing the Amphorius story. And that's definitely what I'm going to be doing next with my upcoming streams. Yeah, what? It's probably surprising to hear that I haven't played the Amphorius story when I'm glazing Finon so hard. But I fell in love with Finon in only the 3.0 story, and then I have completely held off on the rest of the Amphorius story. So I will be hoping to experience that with all of you in future coming streams. Probably starting tomorrow, honestly. I would love to start it as soon as possible. Sorry, let me scroll up to get to other questions. I think you should take it with a grain of salt as well. Because every single one of the TZRD have their bits. Yeah, true, Shadow. He'll be getting his supports released later down the line. Do you think they'll ever settle on consistent names for Finon's mechanics? They changed Soul Rending Blaze this time, but not everywhere that it's mentioned. Oh no. Hoyo is notorious for having wording issues. I love Cypher's voice on English. She sounds so mad. I've barely even gotten to hear Cypher yet. I want to ask, how should you speed tune the trio combo, Finon, Sunday, Branya? There are multiple different rotations you can do. You can do Finon on speed boots, running faster than them. The benefit to this is not having to farm Windset or Von Whack. It's a lot more just set it and play it with the gear you have. The other option, obviously, is to use attack boots. But if you use attack boots on Finon, then you're really incentivized to build hyperspeed on Sunday and Branya with Windset and Von Whack. Personally, I think attack boots Finon with hyperspeed supports feel stronger, but like I mentioned, the upside to running speed boots Finon is that you don't have to farm for hyperspeed, and both are performing pretty similarly. It's harder for speed boots to zero cycle, but if you don't care about zero cycles and you're just aiming for like 1 or 2 cycles, then speed boots and attack boots are performing really similarly. 3.0 to 3.1 pretty slow, 3.2 and 3.3 is pretty great though. Okay, I'll look forward to it, Psycho Titan. We prayed vertical investment keeps Finon in the meta. We really do. From what I heard, the 3.3 story quest gives 900 jades. Awesome. Also, thank you so much for being here, Farina Edition. Girl, you need to do 3.3, I know. Amphorius stream soon, for sure. Maybe as soon as tomorrow. Zypher Z, thank you so much for following. Ion, thank you so much for following. Rireen, thank you so much for following. Shido, real willing to spend my kid's school savings on Finon and his supports. You are so real for that. Yippee, reviving the trauma. I'm all in. Oh no. That doesn't sound good. Trauma from the story. We are not leaving bro leave tier 0. I'm definitely not. This is the first character I'm investing further in. Without Finon's damage percent on shields or heals, would sustains ever be in consideration? Realistically, it's always just going to depend on what the sustain provides. So yeah, it just really depends. 45% damage bonus is helpful to help bridge the gap for sure though. The Amphorius streams will be peak. Yes, they will. Loker Icoler, you were asking about what changes Finon got? He got a nerf to his base attack. We'll see how much it actually changes his ability to clear content in the same amount of time as he currently is. They increased his survivability, and he now starts the battle with 1 extra stack for his ultimate, which helps smoothen out some team rotations that he had, where he was relying on 1 enemy to hit him for 1 stack of his ultimate. Now he's a little less RNG reliant for his first rotation. And then they nerfed his E1. So those were the Finon changes. Needless to say, not the changes we were looking for.
Found me.
But yeah, if I were to stream the Amphorius story continuation tomorrow, would around now be a good time to stream it for all of you? Or, like, starting the stream at the same time I started it today? Because I think that's when I would think about starting the stream again. Does the one core flame change affect the Branya Sunday RMC rotation? Think I need to see it put out on paper. Honestly, I'm awful with visualizing it in my head. I don't think it changes anything. I think that rotation could get him his full ultimate regardless.
It smells of money.
Oh my gosh, that's Cypher's voice? First time hearing it. Since I don't think there is a way to trigger that without an abundance preservation character or Hyacine, I think they may give placebo levels of healing to a future buffer designed around him. Yeah, leaks say that there will be a certain sustained character coming out that will be made to help Finan. So that's probably the reason for his trace that incentivizes a sustain unit. Honestly, I think they should have made it so that at the start of battle he gains 3 stacks instead of just 1, since it's 12, but I don't know. That would have been helpful, for sure. A certain hottie, yeah, those who know. Those who know.
You can't run.
Can I just put this on auto, even though it's a tutorial? I'm kind of not paying attention to my gameplay. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna let this play on auto. And I wanted to look at the Ceridra kit leaks that we got. Oh, let's look at the changes to the endgame. Reduced burn damage procs from 300% attack. Oh, they buffed the HP of the Memory of Chaos. Well, that's concerning. Finon probably still 0 cycles it because the buff is so good. They nerfed the insane damage increase it was giving though as well. Pure Fiction, Grit buff replaced. Increases all allies' counter damage. What? They completely got rid of the counter damage buff that was meant to help Finon? So they even took away his Pure Fiction shilling. That's crazy work. It stopped autoing, it probably did, because I have to choose a thing, right? Yeah, super shield towards him. More HP inflation. Wow, how surprising. I'm surprised they got rid of his Pure Fiction buff. What's he even going to use there now? They reduced the HP in Pure Fiction though, which is nice, I guess. Screw you, Japard. Nah, I can't believe I just said that. I love you, Japard, but annoying enemy for Finon to face. And then Apocalyptic Shadow changed damage of the Embers from 15% counter skill damage bonus to 25%. Okay, so they just buffed the buff in APOC. If only they put that amount of agenda on his kit instead of the mock buff, yeah. Mock inflation, shocking. True. Okay. Where is the Ceridra kit? Here. So, not a dedicated buffer, but a general purpose support with a bias, comparable to how Chibi supports the Herta, or Robin fits best with hunt teams. Yeah, so basically what they're saying is Jiao Cho is only super tailor-made for Acheron because he's not a Harmony unit. But if you're a Harmony unit, then you get to be tailor-made for a character and all-purpose. That's the Harmony tax. So entire story budget went to Finon kit animations, true. A single target support whose core mechanic grants an extra turn to an ally immediately after they take action. So the way this is worded makes it sound like it's Finon's E2 for free, which is kind of weird. I kind of expected her to be able to action advance him towards his next extra turn during his ultimate. But that's not what the wording here states. But again, it's very early leaks. Looks like a mini E2 for him, yeah. And it's weird to me that they would give her a mini E2 for him. Like, I would have expected the mechanic to be a little bit different. Likely featured in the second phase, okay. Very high sales potential. I'm ignoring all of that. It's just speculation. Best suited for non-remembrance, turn racing, direct damage, solo DPS. Just say Finan. Likely includes minor SP generation. Okay. Her multiplier zone might see significant changes. What does that even mean? How can it see significant changes when we don't even know what it does? Okay. There's not much here, honestly. Let's go back to HSR. Oh, it did stop autoing. That's weird.
Allow me to purge the root.
Oh, it's not letting me. Oh, now it is. Leaks before have said it enables the rotation to go like enhanced basic, Cerebra buff, enhanced meteors. So it can get really out of hand with E2, I imagine. Yeah, because you would just loop the extra turns, enhanced basic, into enhanced meteor, which gives him an extra turn with his E2. Enjoy Gengar, thank you so much for the follow. They'll probably balance Ceredra's extra turns by making it only able to give like 2 extra turns or something at a maximum before she has to refresh her buff. Need E2? Yeah, I'm definitely still getting Finance E2. And these changes for Finon were especially bad for me because again, they nerfed his E1, which I'm getting. So that's unfortunate.
Can you find the answer?
Oh no, I ran out of skill points with Sparkle on the team.
I'll take it off.
Oh, wait, it's on auto, I forgot. Hi, Yumi! Thank you so much for being here. We just went over the V3 beta changes. And now we're just discussing it some more while I play through the new Star Rail event. Low-key though, good for you because E6. Who said I'm getting E6?
Body and mind.
What do I press here? Oh, my chat is blocking the arrow key. You mean a fast summary of it? Sure. So, Finon got his HP increased, and his base attack was decreased a little bit. I don't think it'll affect his damage output too much, but it is notable that they increased Finon's base attack by a little bit. And then the only other major change he got is he now starts the battle with 1 point for his ultimate, which 1 point may not seem like a lot, but it does smoothen out his rotation in some teams where he required RNG enemy hits to get his ultimate. So now that he starts the battle with 1 point for his ultimate, it reduces some enemy hit RNG. So those were Finance changes. Saber, I'll just say she got damage buffs across the board. That's basically it. And then Archer, he got some nerfed multipliers on his ultimate and follow-up attack, but that's fine. Those weren't the main damage source of his kit. And then they gave Archer some quality of life buffs, like extra max skill points, reduced energy cost, and gave him some more self-buffing. From 60% crit damage buff to 120% self-crit damage buff. So those are the V3 beta changes for the characters. Why Yukong is so good with Finon? Oh no, you got baited by the thumbnail. A fast, Real Aventurine mentioned it, guys. We are all getting E6 on a single pull. If only. They should make a disable Eidolon button. They really should, but they haven't even implemented that for Genshin Impact. And I know Genshin was waiting for that for forever with the Bennett incident. Yukong is good because you have no other supports. True! But Tingyun and RMC are basically free, and so is Bronya, so... There's like no situation where you would ever use Tingyun. Or Yukong, where you would use Yukong. Okay, who do you guys think is the most fun character to play in the game? Because for me, I think it's Aglaya. And I don't even own Aglaya. I thought she could finally revive, and nothing can revive Yukong. Oh, the other supports are on the other team? That would make sense. Blade as the most fun character? 2 Blades! 2 votes for Blade. Wow. I'm using my own Sunday. Thank you very much. Your E2 Firefly is fun. Just press auto, everything dies. Yunli, because of the ultimate shenanigans. Yunli is a character that does require some skill expression or enemy knowledge, and I do think that's really fun. The reason I find Glaya fun is because playing her feels like a race against her own clock, right? She needs to beat her ultimate timer before it runs out. And when you beat the clock, essentially, it just feels really satisfying. And of course, the constant action advance and high speed that she has. That's why I love playing Aglaya, even though I don't own her, because I couldn't afford another Electro unit, and was saving everything for Finon. But I do really like playing her. Yeah, Aglaya and Fei Xiao. Fei Xiao is another really fun one for me too. I'd agree with that. I feel like Aglaya feels more fun than everyone because she moves so fast. Many characters feel the same for me, yeah. Just saw on my stream my bitrate was going down a little bit. I liked Blade because of his SP efficiency. Yeah, it's very comfortable for sure. Yeah, but okay, yeah, that's the one thing I was gonna say, Yumi. Aglaya feels really fun when you play her race against the clock playstyle. However, I only have tested Aglaya on early access servers where I have access to all of her puzzle pieces. So that's part of why she feels fun to me. I can imagine that without those puzzle pieces, she's gonna feel a lot worse, which is unfortunate. Anaxa because I'm an Anaxa Glazer. Hey! I approve. I approve. Feel like harmonies are most fun because imagine the game without them. True. Harmony is the most powerful path for sure. I'm having a lot of fun playing E2 Mighty with Gallagher right now.
Is that clear, I sense?
So I'm guessing Mighty's auto gameplay is for you. I actually have a video cooking discussing Mighty's auto gameplay.
I can't thank you enough.
I just have to finish editing it, but I got sidetracked on working on that video because Finon's beta came out. So I'm not sure when the Mighty video will come out, but it is in the editing phase. Anaxa's super break with Fugue is so funny. His bounce skill does do a bunch of toughness damage in single target. I use super break Anaxa as well on my male only account, but that's mainly because I don't have access to Remembrance Trailblazer on that account. Lizard Shark, hi! Thank you so much for being here. Wish this mode wasn't 5 minutes of waiting for the weapons to attack because it was fun to play. Yeah, I also remember the first time this mode came in, it sort of just felt like your characters are glorified stack generators. His auto gameplay doesn't bother me at all because I have E1. Nice, Psycho Titan. Thank you so much for the follow, Laser Shark bro. It's really appreciated.
Stay put.
Thank you, friend.
But yeah, I like playing Aglaya.
Reality is before me.
And honestly, I've even considered pulling for Aglaya because I think she's so fun. But I don't know, I don't think I can justify it. Number one, Sunday is already like on permanent duty with all of my other characters. And Aglaya would also require him. And one of my characters is Jingyuan. So can I really justify pulling for another lightning DPS character that wants Sunday, who's so similar to Jingyuan? Do you think Cyrene will be a premium RMC? Honestly, I don't think there's anything to suggest it. But I could see it happening. I think it's about as likely as it is unlikely, meaning either one could happen. You like unique, cool gameplay choices, so I really enjoyed the self-taunt. At least glad they added the alt targeting mechanic. Yeah, Mighty. Newsflash, you still don't need sustain in Firefly E2 teams. Yeah, break teams.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Tonight, Star's Echo.
I was tempted to pull for Mighty, but I like to show off my skill issue, and him being auto without auto was not it. Yeah, I would have also liked to pull for Mighty if I wasn't saving everything for Finan, of course. Which is another reason why I can't afford to pull for Aglaya, because her rerun is coming in the very next banner, and I still have to save everything for Finan Eidolons. So unfortunately, I can't afford to pull for Aglaya.
All lies shall be revealed.
But I'll enjoy playing her whenever I can.
Countless,
Thus our fates become one.
so fragile. Like a wisp
For
of
me,
silk.
it's not just the constant turn spamming of Aglaya, but ultimate spamming is also really fun.
And guide you on your path.
And honestly, Saber has that to some degree too, which is why Saber is also a really fun character. I need to test her out more. What if the V3 buffs on E1 was crit rate instead of crit damage? I mean, I think that would be easier for some people to build, but personally, I don't think it makes a huge difference if it's the same amount of crit value. I have completely benched Fireflop because she feels like an E0 unit even though I have her at E1. Ouch! My Firefly isn't performing too well either, but that's because I don't have any of her upgraded options. Like, I'm still using Harmony Trailblazer for her, I'm still using Gallagher. I don't have Linksha or Fugue.
Is that fair, I said? So fragile.
So that's kind of my fault. I kind of abandoned my Super Break team. She is a new unit if you have her E2. Oh, Firefly.
Resonate all together. Tonight, Star's Echo.
Oh, did her ultimate state run out? I didn't even notice. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I should have used her skill then. I didn't even notice it ran out. If you could buff Preservation MC, how would you do it?
Countless.
Thus our fates become one.
Well, I think he would need some help with sustaining. His shields are really small,
All lies shall be revealed.
but he would also need to provide more than just sustains, right? Maybe I would make him a counterattack unit? Do you have any thoughts about true damage as a post-release final damage multiplier? I have some worry that adding new multipliers as a method to power creep amplifiers is a little worrying. True damage essentially functions very similarly to vulnerability debuffs and res pen, so I know it looks fancier, but in terms of mechanics and damage amplifying, it's not too different from some stuff we already have in the game.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Robin, my beloved, give her more shield. Her shield is so small. Oh, I didn't even register that you were talking about Preservation MC because I think of the MC as a him. Are you a Fate enjoyer? I've never played, watched, but now I'm curious to explore. I am a Fate enjoyer, Rexford. I'm not super hardcore or anything, but I've seen all of the main Fate anime adaptations. I've seen Unlimited Blade Works and Fate Zero, and I enjoy them. Oh my gosh, I had her ult, but I let it disappear because I'm not paying attention to my screen. I'm paying attention to chat. That's one challenge I still need to get better at, is paying attention to the game and chat at the same time. I'm still working on that.
Tonight, Star's
Press the fun button, but I like playing Aglaya. I like controlling Aglaya. It's very fun to play.
Wanted to doubt farewell.
So was Mighty's self-taunt not a deal breaker for you? I feel like the community overly hates it. No, it wasn't for me. I would have loved to pull Mighty, but I skipped him because again, I was saving everything for Finan. Thoughts on Finan changes? Is it over for him now? Not a lot changed, so it's not like he was nerfed into the ground by any means. But what I will say about finance changes is basically we're in the exact same spot we were before, where we're waiting for their next beta version. So back to square one with Finan. You should give Grand Order a try one day. Maybe I will. Maybe if Grand Order ever decides they want to sponsor me. I did not like Mighty's animation. I was disappointed. That's completely fair, and Joy Luck. If he had Finan animation, heck yeah, I would pull. Mood, I feel that.
Resonate all together. I'm scared.
Stay put.
Protect me. Protect me.
Thank you,
The
friend.
Aglaya stage in this event is my fave. Yeah, I love Aglaya.
Time for resolution. A little honesty would do us good.
It's just really fun to play. I can't wait for Finan pull animation. Same! What are our thoughts on what it's gonna look like?
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
One thought I have, maybe he like descends from the sky, like the angel that he is.
Countless.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Skipping Mighty is kinda criminal. Listen! I had to save everything for my man, okay? Mighty carrying every single 3.0 patch as the best written character, but getting no effort from the animation and trailer team is so camp. Best written, huh? I can't wait to experience it for myself in that case.
Harmony and unison.
Maybe he breaks the screen with his sword and appears from there. Oh, he can break my screen. I'm a criminal. Maybe like him having his wings but not in the alt form. Favorite artifact set? That's an interesting one.
Here I sense.
I mean, the only artifact set that actually feels like it's doing something in the gameplay is the Eagle set, right?
Torment and doubt farewell.
How many pulls do you have for Finan right now? I actually have a short dedicated to that. But I can't find it right now. But basically around 400 pulls. But I also have a bunch of pulls saved up in my shop, like the Stardust shop thing.
And guide you on your path.
So if I add all of that together, it's more like 550 pulls saved up for Finan. Watching the beginning of stream on 2x speed for continuity purpose. See you live if you're still here in 2 hours. Oh, thank you, Moped. Thank you so much for joining in. You can always watch the VOD if you want to see the beginning part of the stream though, but I just really appreciate you tuning in. And not bad, would be cool if you could buy copies from store like Wua. Yeah. Anaxa is so generous, he gave his animation funds to both of his students, Cass and Finan. Yeah. I've definitely seen the memes about Anaxa's animations compared to them. Oh, he can use his big sword on me. Set! Calm down. Horny on main is crazy. Glitch Finan effect for his pull animation fruit shake. I can see that. Going for Finan Light Cone? Absolutely. Absolutely. Going for his E2 S1. I pulled Mighty because he's first titty out man, and he was only gonna pull Finan if he was the same. Thank God he is. You know what? I respect that. Also, Mighty is the sole reason I got back into HSR after quitting in 1.0, but I wouldn't say he's the best written, I fear. Interesting.
Serenity is before me.
Finan definitely revived a lot of my love for the game too. Dawnbreaker is big. Okay. Sorry, Anaxa enjoyers. Silverwolf buffs might replace him soon. Anaxa and Silverwolf don't even do remotely the same thing in a team. Like, yes, they both have weakness implants, but they use their weakness implants for completely different things. Silverwolf actually debuffs using her weakness implants. Anaxa's weakness implant is more of a glorified way for him to buff himself,
A little honesty would do
because
us
he
good.
gains buffs based on the weaknesses on the enemy. And it gives Anaxa flexibility in Apocalyptic Shadow. So he and Silverwolf do very different things, despite both implanting weaknesses.
Countless.
Thus our fates become one.
Finan is the second reason I got back into the game. whose writing have you preferred? Yeah, we'll see whose writing I prefer once I catch up on the Amphoria story. Silverwolf power creeping Jiao Cho with her buff? Yes, but not in stack generation, so Jiao Cho can at least still have that going for him. And V3 Finon sobbing. Yeah, same Weddy. Same. Oh, can I skip this? What? The stage still isn't over? I thought that was it.
Tonight, stars echo.
Finon's 8-2, but we haven't got a lot of him yet. Oh, not you putting Mighty in bottom tier. What rating do you think Finon would get on the rating pistol curio in Her to Space Station? He's going to get an invalid rating, right? Every Emanator does.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Get there!
I've heard the call.
I don't think I will skip 3.4 story because it's in peak right now. You're skipping the story?
Before me.
To each their own. We pray he gets invalid.
I will watch over you and guide
We
you
pray
on your
his
path.
kit isn't invalid.
All lies shall be revealed.
I got into the game because of skip button announcement? That's crazy work. But again, to each their own. No way they fumble an Emanator, right? At the very least, I have faith that his supports will fix him. That's just a solution that I don't want it to come to. But if it does come to it, then I do think that's what Hoyu will end up doing. Which is alright, I guess. I mean, it's alright for me since I'm getting them no matter what. But it's sad for other players, and I care about the experience of other players. Which is why I think it's unfortunate if they take that route completely. MiHoYo just hate my boy Finon. They gave him the best animations in the game. I definitely don't think they hate him.
Is that fear I sense?
I think they're just being strategic with how they want to make money off of him. Hoyo fumbling male kit, would have never thought. I have such a backlog on quests, gotta do them for 5 Jades. I feel that. What's the potential that his support Eidolons do more for him than his own? His E2 is pretty busted, so the support Eidolons would need to be pretty crazy.
Guide you on your path.
I'm already surprised they gave us so much fighty yaoi. I'll take anything. That's Hoyo in a nutshell though, isn't it? Hoyo is always throwing out the Pride Month crumbs
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
in all of their games. Tribute levels of Eidolon? I actually haven't tested Triby's E1 with Finon yet. I would have to see if it's more important than his E2. I imagine not. I imagine Finon's E2 is still stronger.
Thank you, friend.
Can you give us the quick version of the anti-Yukong propaganda, Morgan? Sure. Basically, clearing content in one Finon ultimate is fake news. It's not happening unless the environment is heavily shielded towards Finon. Meaning, usually you want to assume that Finon is going to need 2 ultimates, and that's where Yukong completely falls apart. Yukong cannot stack his second ultimate, and Yukong cannot gain enough energy to buff his second ultimate. So after the first ultimate, Yukong is complete dead space, and you would be better off with any other character who can help him with his second ultimate, while still contributing a lot to his first ultimate.
Countless threads.
Thus our fates.
Because it's not even like the buffs Yukong provides are enough of a gap between her and other supports to make up for her downsides. Basically, 1 ultimate rotations are fake, therefore Yukong is fake, because Yukong is only for
Watch over you.
clearing things in 1
On your
ultimate.
path.
I still sad Jiao Cho never got his healing back. He never even had it in the beta, did he? I think they took that out even before he made it in the beta. That was like really deep early leaks.
Or devils.
This event is much more funny when you have Cypher on the team. That big boom with the ult is just peak. I could see that. I'll try her out when I have the chance.
Doubt farewell.
Yaoi, I love
Honesty
Yaoi.
would do us good.
Happy
So
Pride
fragile,
Month.
like a wisp of silk.
You should 100% test E1 Tribute with Finon. It's so silly. I don't think E2 is contestable, though his E2 is too good. Okay, I'll definitely try it out. But can my queen Yukong finally see the light? No, keep her in the basement. Don't you dare buy into the Yukong propaganda. It was a V0 leak. I missed him being a Nihility Sustainer. They moved that stuff real fast out of Jiaoqiu's kit then, huh? Tribute E1 is basically Cypher. Speaking of, her video just dropped, it seemed. Cypher's trailer just dropped? Because if so, I will react to it live on stream.
Harmony and unison.
I won't stand for Yukong slander. That's all you're gonna find here. Do you think E1 Tribby or E1 Robin will feel better for Fai-chan? In terms of damage, probably E1 Tribby. But Robin still has all of her other upsides, like certain rotations using her ultimate to 100% action advance to supports. Is his E1 better now? No. No, absolutely not. His E1 got nerfed. Yukong will never be good, indeed. Sad that Casterus gets an OP sustain buffer, but Acheron couldn't. Yeah. Agreed. She will be the best she's been in forever due to Fai, but it doesn't mean she's good. Her buff lasts now 20 turns and regains her ult every turn. When 20 turn passes, enemy auto dies. That is why I'm not a dev. Oh, that's your idea for a Yukong 5-star reprint?
Serenity is before me.
Honestly, that sounds really fun to make up 5-star versions of 4 stars. In general, I just really like making up fan-made kits.
Countless thus our fates become one.
After V3, he will gain a bad reputation as a boot hill in his time and will not sell S+ tier. I don't want to doom post too hard, Weddy.
So fragile,
Let's see.
like a wisp of silk.
Also, he's performing still good right now in terms of clear times. It's just some gameplay smoothness and clunkiness in his kit. But he's definitely going to release very strong. And meta, for sure. After Finon, who are you going to pull? Ceridra, naturally. Finon support. Gotta go for Ceridra. And I'll be vertically investing in Ceridra however much she needs.
All lies shall be revealed.
Or however much is effective. Like her Light Cone or her E1, I will definitely get those for Finon.
Seek and you shall
V3 broke my heart. I understand, Weddy. I understand.
receive more.
And I apologize if I got anyone's hopes up for listing out the changes that he needs. I understand being sad about not more changes.
Torment and doubt, farewell.
He still has what is probably 3 to 4 more versions. It's more like 2 to 3 versions, but yeah, a lot can change in version 4. And yeah, I'm gonna try not to doom on my channel. But again, I completely understand people who are disappointed, and I think you're valid for wanting to express your frustrations. So no worries about that. Not the boot hill comparison. At least he gathered Casterus animations together, true.
I can do this. Protect me.
Cass got 7. Oh, did she? Then we can hope. Low-key, I feel like Finon probably won't change much because he's gotten barely any changes through 3 whole beta versions.
Serenity is before me.
Well, the first few beta versions, not getting many changes is, the norm,
I
right?
sense.
So I think there are still chances that he gets changed in V4 and V5.
Countless
Thus our
Time to
fates
cope,
become
V4,
one.
that's all of us right now, Weddy. I feel you there.
being direct is always preferable.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them
Well,
all.
maybe we should be glad he's not getting the Cypher treatment. Yeah, Cypher got Giga buffed and then Giga nerfed, right?
This more I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Which is almost worse because it's getting your hopes up, only to crush them after
All lies shall
her
be
competition's banner is gone. They literally buffed her and then nerfed her after Jiaoqiu's banner was gone. How crazy is that? I'm hoping people start doom posting like with Casterus and they panic buff him. Plans on playing Dots after Kafka buff? I don't even own Kafka. And it doesn't look like she's rerunning anytime soon, so I wouldn't even be able to.
To strife and resonate all together.
They just always hate Nihility, yeah. We call it the Nihility tax. If you're not Harmony, then
so fragile, like a wisp of silk.
go down 1 tier.
Countless
Thus our fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed. Thank you, friend.
The real buff will be more fine on body shots in the 3.4 story, let's hope. Listen,
Is before me.
fine on body shots is all you needed to say for me to be
Honesty
interested
would do
in.
us So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
I feel like they'll add Kafka to standard banner. They might. I could see it.
Tonight, stars echo.
I think they should have, at the very least, given the buff characters their own special banner in this patch. It's just weird that they're buffing them, but then giving people no ways to get them. Which means they're not even trying to capitalize on sales based off of the buffs, right? I think Stellaron Hunters are coming to Amphorius because of skin and buffs. It would be a huge missed opportunity not to sell them after those buffs. Yeah, and the Stellaron Hunters were being foreshadowed in the version 3.0 version of the story too. So it would be interesting to see them show up, since they were kind of teased at the beginning of the story. I bet they're going to put Sparkle in the shop so you get her for Archer before they power creep her again.
So fragile.
There's been no indication that Sparkle is coming to the shop. But maybe. They really should have done more to separate Nihility debuffs and Harmony buffs. The best Harmony have access to Respen, Defense Shred, and Vulnerability anyway. I think the main thing they needed to do was make Nihility units double up as sub-DPS units. So make the damage that Nihility units do actually meaningful, you know? So that they're bringing their debuffs and damage. And then make Harmony units not do damage. Instead, we got Triby, who outdamages all the Nihilities as a Harmony unit. So, they've already screwed up that design. I don't really remember that foreshadow, Yumi. It's when Trailblazer is speaking to Orynex, the Titan. It's when they get gazed upon by the Remembrance Path. They're seeing their memories, and they're speaking to the Stellaron Hunters in their memories.
I'll crush them all.
That's so strange, a rerun for all the buff characters would sell, yeah. I have Sparkle E2, she's still great for no need to care about SP using QQ sometimes, yeah. Sparkle is really comfortable for sure.
Watch over you and guide you
I
on
always
your
love
path.
Mama Kafka content, but I don't know if they're coming to Amphorius, yeah. Time to cope, because if the Stellaron Hunters do come back, they're probably not going to be voiced, oh no. But that's true. Don't even hate the Triby, she did nothing wrong. Hey, I'm not hating! It's funny how Trailblazer is kind of dead in story. I hope they don't come to Amphorius, because it would hardly make any sense, I fear, I see. I don't really know where the story's at, since I'm not caught up in it.
Difficulties.
Resonate all together.
But yeah, Amphorius, from what I know, is very isolated. So I can agree that it probably wouldn't make much sense for them to appear. But it could be cool. I didn't count that as a foreshadowing, but you were right. Maybe MC getting all memories back. I would like to see some progress on MC's Amnesia plotline, which we did get in 3.0, so I was really happy with that portion of the 3.0 quest.
Countless threads, all within.
Thus our fates become
Oh,
one.
hi Ignition K, thank you so much for being here. Hey there, I just came over from your team build video, and I thought it was super well made. Any chance we'll be seeing something like that for other characters? Absolutely. I've just been very focused on Finan right now, because, you know, Finan content is very in. I just used up all my skill points, my bad, I'm not paying attention. But yeah, Ignition, I'll definitely be making more videos like that for other characters. Next up would probably be the Fate characters, Saber and Archer.
This mortal will watch over you and guide you
Ben,
on
how
your
do you
path.
avoid story spoilers? I don't know, I just don't really look. Chewy only at 3.0, so careful of spoilers. Oh, are people putting in story spoilers? Yeah, please be careful with story spoilers. I'm still only on the 3.0 story, so that I can catch up with the rest of the story on stream. Cool, glad to hear it, yeah. Thank you so much for checking me out, Ignition K. And thank you so much for the follow. It really means a lot. And I'm really glad you enjoyed the video. I just wasted energy on Aglaya because I'm not paying attention to the gameplay.
Countless.
Thus our fates become
How do I avoid spoilers?
All lies sky shall be revealed.
Not the basic attack on Sunday. That's what happens when you aren't paying attention to your gameplay. I'm just looking at my chat.
A little honesty, so fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Brain rot gameplay. This is what Mighty was made for. Where's Mighty? I need to play Mighty. Happy to have a girly making HSR content. Too many hyper straight men in our gacha space. Yeah, I can agree with that. Hey, not that there's anything wrong with a lot of those hyper straight men. A lot of them make great content. At least the rotation optimization on this event hardly matters. Yeah. This event is just pretty colors from all the scepters and buffs. I mean, the Celeron Hunters have a guide that can see the future, so I could see them using Elio as a reason. I would love more Elio involvement. Elio is one of the characters I'm most hyped for to see. Best event to press fun button. True. Although I wasn't even on the fun button because I actually do like piloting Agaya teams. I think it's really fun. You host a comfy stream, it's really nice. Thank you so much. That's the kind of chill vibe I'm going for, so I'm really glad you like it. Yes, Tectone content is so good. Listen, I wasn't talking about all of those straight male creators, okay? One tip I have for this stage is to target the more armor mobs so Aggie gets more energy. Yeah, I would probably be doing that if I had my brain on. I honestly hated this event because why it takes so long and why all the characters do like no damage to the enemies. Yeah, the event, again, it turns your characters into glorified stack generators for the buffs and scepters, or whatever they're calling it. Scepters might be a term for that one simulated universe world. DC? Oh, no, yeah, it looks like we disconnected. Hello? Hello? Yeah, we're dropping frames. Yeah, I can see I'm dropping frames. It's good now? Okay. It was just a temporary frame drop then, I guess. Let me check OBS. OBS looks good. Radica, thank you so much for following.
Just followed.
Yeah, if you can let me know the status of the stream. Okay, it looks like it is going down again. It's good? Stream is good? Okay. It looks like on my second monitor I'm getting dropped frames, but okay, if it's good, then it's good. The new E6 looks like a mockery. I mean, Acheron gets 6 stacks, Beishao gets 4. Why did the Phi start with 0 and now with 1? His E6 letting him start with 6 stacks? I think it's still good. Remember, it also makes it so that he has no upper limit for his max stacks. So he can go into the next ultimate with 6 stacks as well. Also, another thing I was going to say is it crazy if I choose to do Hyper Carry Anaxa here instead of Herta? Would that be sacrilegious of me? No, because one of my friends sent me your Fine on Issues video and said, a girly made the video, so the info is for sure good. What? Did she just assume I'm a girly? Beishao actually has like 24 stacks to be fair, not 12. They're trying to gaslight people into thinking that Finon is not the fate. The moment I opened your Finon review video and said, I recognize that certain accent, oh no! Not me getting stereotyped. No hate, of course. I think it's mostly funny. Enaxa Hypercarry is very fun. I'm mostly just setting this on auto anyway, so I don't think it really matters. Oh, I should be doing upgrades, shouldn't I? I recently did the banana quest, and I must say, I don't like Rappa at all. The banana quest is like a fever dream to me. I barely even remember it, to be honest. He also assumed based on the accent, but it's a good assumption. Not stereotyped, but we just clocked the T. Hey, Kato Yuki, just gonna straight up call me out like that? Rude. Oh, you guys want me to do an Enaxa Hypercarry? I'll do it. Let me just get out of here. Can I just get out of here? And then finalize. Let's restart and do Enaxa. Enaxa E make burr. It does. I'm gonna do Enaxa. Where's my Sunday? And I'll use the Tribby. Did I get stuff for this? I did not. You posting near Pride Month? How convenient, how interesting. That's not on me, listen. That's on Hoyo releasing Finon's beta during Pride Month, okay? Blame Finon. That wasn't stereotyping, it was an astute observation. Rude! I'm getting called out so hard right now. And you know, my friend used to say the same thing about my voice, or oh, I hit my mic. I'm so sorry if you guys heard that. My friend used to say a similar thing about my inflection in my voice, but I used to deny it. I would tell them that I don't sound stereotypical, but now here you all are, proving them right.
You deserve my
How rude.
insanity.
Sucks that Finan and Mighty don't synergize well in game. Yeah. All they needed to do was give Finan Caster's kit, and they would have synergized. But nope.
Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
I've completely skipped the banana story because I'm a Rappa hater. Wish Hoyo didn't bring their flop treatment of black-inspired characters to HSR. I don't think I can comment on all that. I don't know much about Rappa, to be honest. Again, that whole story is a fever dream to me. Isn't it against Twitch terms of service to combine Twitch and YouTube chat? It is in their terms of service, but I believe there haven't been any situations where someone was actually banned for it, based on the research I did.
Delivering warmth. I'm scared.
Stay put.
If I'm wrong about that, though, be sure to tell me, because I don't want to get banned. They're putting the levers apart. Doomed Yaoi. But only above 100 watchers? Okay, I'll be careful with it then. Enjoy luck.
What's the matter? Insanity.
Fight the powers, screw Amazon. But I rely on Amazon for a lot of stuff. Finan and Mighty synergies are somewhere else. Yeah, their synergy is in the bedroom. Just Rappa, the rapper who does graffiti, being a light-skinned diva is problematic. I think their synergy is in the bathtub, actually. Bathtub, bedroom, same thing.
Underestimating us will cost
I guess it's time to hope Cyrene won't be unusable with Finon. Yeah, hopefully she can make for a good last slot for Triple Harmony. Don't worry, the only thing separating Mighty and Finon from each other on my account is the first phase and the second phase of the game modes. True.
I'm just a frail scholar.
We can run them in Divergent Universe together.
Serenity is before me.
What's the insanity?
Second Sunday basic attack. Okay, we get it. Listen! I'm like half paying attention to my screen.
Look, the show with this divine power.
Is my
I
stream
reforge
really
all
okay? Because on my
things.
second monitor, my stream manager is lagging. It's weird. Yeah, I can't wait to use them on first and second phases. Nice to have DPS I want to commit to. Yeah, Finan is the first DPS I wanted to commit to in a long time, and the first DPS I wanted to commit so hard for as well. Since he's the first DPS I'll be pulling Eidolons for. It looks fine, okay. Maybe I'm just gonna refresh my stream manager on my second monitor then, because it shows buffering.
To the soul, insanity.
Okay, maybe that fixed it.
Get them.
My internet in general is not the best, so sometimes my stuff will buffer. Forgive Chewy, he's giving up playing efficiency to chat with us. Yes, I am. And also, I'm very new to trying to interact with chat and play the game at the same time. So, I'm not the best at multitasking like this yet. I'll still have to get used to it.
I reforge all things.
The stream is fine on YouTube, I don't know about Twitch. Okay, it looks fine now on my second monitor as well. So I probably just needed to refresh things. Thank you so much for following, Nephilim King. I'm eating. Why does Dub Anaxa sound like this? He's supposed to give a twink bratty bottom a tea. Hey, listen. Twink bratty bottoms can have gruff voices. People can't control how their voices sound.
What's the matter? To the soul, insanity.
Isn't his Japanese voice actor Kave's voice actor or something like that? I know he has some sort of connection to Kave from Genshin Impact.
We like you.
Serenity is
He could be an
before
edgy twink, yeah. We all need an edgy twink in our lives
me. Watch
sometimes.
over you and guide you on your path.
How do I tell you? That's exactly what he's giving. Exactly! I think the same thing, Sets Mooncake.
Reforge all things. Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
Yes, his JPVA is Kave, who does like a BL anime every 6 months. Clocked.
To the soul, insanity.
I knew it. We all knew it, let's be real.
It's coming. Riding the west wind. Away we go.
So tiring.
On a side note, I'm happy there's a lot of people on the stream today. Me too! It makes me so just grateful to see all the people here and chatting and interacting. I'm really happy to have you all here with me.
Pick on someone your own side.
Oh, this noise when you switch which one you're picking is kinda... Okay, I'll stop. By the way, Chewy, have you tried Super Break Anaxa? Kind of. So, my male-only account plays Super Break Anaxa, but obviously that account is really low level, and it only plays Super Break Anaxa because I don't have access to Remembrance Trailblazer. I haven't tried Super Break Anaxa in a proper team with full investment, but I'm sure it's probably really good. I've seen gameplay of it. I don't know how often I'll be able to catch stream because I'm EU, but I'll try because my sleep schedule sucks anyway. No worries, that's Mooncake, just whenever you're able to hop in. I appreciate any amount of support. And of course, my videos will always be there for you as well.
I'm just a frail scholar. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
I'm also still experimenting with
To the soul.
when the best time of day for my stream is. I've been getting both yesterday, well not yesterday, both the other day and today, I've gotten more successful streams and viewers while streaming at this time of day, so this might be the norm for now, but we'll see.
Get them.
Happy to see your streams popping off so fast. Me too, it really makes me really appreciative of all of you who are
Over you and
joining and chatting and just being here for me. It really means a lot. how well would a Super Break Finon team do? I've seen one gameplay footage of it. In Apocalyptic Shadow. So what I will say is Finon's Meteor does do some crazy toughness damage, and he does implant physical weakness. So technically, Super Break Finon, you know, it could work. It's more of a why would you though, you know? I've been digging through Finon art for the past 2 weeks now. He's making me lose my mind. I feel that so hard, Fruit Shake. How about we don't do Super Break Finon? Right? I'm trying to escape from Super Break. I want to start streaming too, but I fear I should start YouTube content first so I can get a little audience like you've done. Seems really smart. If you ever do that, make sure you
I'm just a frail scholar.
send me your accounts and stuff so I can support you.
To the soul.
I'll overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me.
But yeah, for me, the goal was always to do both streaming and to do YouTube content because, you know, I have a lot of thoughts on this game that I want to be able to share. And I like having early access to the characters and sharing my findings with people. No, it should be good in like damage-wise, but Super Break setup gives like no charges to Finon, lol, yeah. Well, in Super Break scenarios, you would run Fugue, Ruanmei, and Sunday. So you would be relying on Sunday to give stacks. Fugue and Ruanmei also give 1 stack. Fugue with her skill and Ruanmei with her ultimate. But yeah, you're relying on Sunday to give Finon stacks still. Because you would still run Sunday even in a Super Break setup for Finon. Just because he's so reliant on Sunday. Or on at least 1 stack generator. Oh god, I guess I'll have to wake up every day at 6 AM for your streams. Oh no, I'm really sorry, Arena Edition. Already networking, you're on the right path. Yeah, I would like to say I was a little smart with how I went about things. Or trying to build an audience. I didn't play during the Super Break meta, and I'm sad that I missed it. Do you not have any of the Super Break characters? Kato, Yuki? Or are you just saying you're sad that you missed out when the environment was heavily favoring Super Break? The stream growing is awesome? Yeah, it really is. And again, I'm really thankful. Nimblu, thank you so much for the follow! It really means a lot to me. Psycho Titan, suppose it wouldn't be too bad with E2 Fugue, which I'll be getting someday. Oh, really? You're going for E2 Fugue? It's still diabolical that they turned Fugue into a Nihility character and then put Dance 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 on her Eidolons. Sunday is being overworked. I don't know how to feel about it. Yeah, and Sunday's whole philosophy was about wanting more rest days. He wanted every day to be a Sunday. And yet here he is getting overworked. It really is ironic. It's like Hoyo's way of punishing him. That one Finon Team Guide video was one of the best Finon videos on YouTube right now. Thank you so much, Farina Edition. That means a lot to me. I really put a lot of work into it. And trying to build a team building chart that would help people be able to craft their own teams based on what's available to them. And just giving them the information so that they can make the choice themselves rather than just telling them what to build, you know? So that's why I wanted to take the direction of making a chart. You only have Ruanmei? I see. Off topic, I'm surprised you lasted far without getting spoiled, especially on Twitter. I literally had to rush 3.3 because I got spoiled with a specific cutscene. I definitely have not been spoiled on specific cutscenes. Now, there are a few things I do know, but the things that I know aren't spoilers because it's theories that I already had going into Emphorius. But I don't know if you guys want me to talk about some of the things that I know. Let me skip this. I feel like Fugue Eidolons are so strong. They really are. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. You just like the Super Break numbers? Well, why not? You want me to talk about some of the stuff I know about Emphorius? So the thing about Emphorius is, I'm aware that Emphorius works as like a cycle, but that's not because I'm spoiled. That's because I just deduced it already from my own playthrough. Okay, so for me, the thing is, even before Amphorius ever released, when we only had trailers and stuff, even before I ever played 3.0, I was already assuming that Amphorius would have a lot of similarities to Elysian Realm, or Elysian Realm, from Honkai Impact 3rd.
Away we go!
So those are things that I had already guessed and already theorized based on the 3.0 playthrough.
I can do this!
Amphorius is just ancient Greek matrix. The infinity symbol makes it pretty obvious. Yeah, that too. Like, I don't think Hoyo is being subtle with some of that stuff. And that's why I don't really consider it a spoiler. But spoilers are more like specific character moments and specific cutscenes and specific character development moments, right? Those are the stuff I don't want spoiled for me. And those are the stuff that I haven't had spoiled. I don't know any, like, big character moments or cutscenes. And if you know Honkai Impact 3rd lore, then yeah, I think it's pretty easy to understand some of the plot stuff. Agreed. And once again, I don't think Hoyo is being subtle with it, with Amphorius' story. So I think having some understanding of it going in, or being able to predict some of it, I think that's part of the point. Has anyone here played Honkai Impact 3rd? I actually haven't played Honkai Impact 3rd, but I'm just aware of some of the lore, I guess, that I've osmosised in. Yeah. Also all of the day-night motifs? Yeah, that's true. Okay, what team are we doing here? Do we want to do Caceres plus Mighty? We might as well, since they're giving me access to it, right? I know, like, very brief things from hearing my friends talk about it. Yeah. Impact 3rd, my goat. I've considered playing Cast Mighty. Okay. No men equals no play. That's fair, Kato. We all have our preferences. Like Branya being Hersher reason. That's something pretty specific to know, to be honest, says Mooncake. I almost played 3rd to get Asuka from Ava, but thankfully I didn't. Thankfully! Can't handle another gacha game? For me, I've never played Honkai Impact, but I have considered maybe eventually trying it out on stream, if eventually people are interested in it.
Dispel the gloom! Destroy
One of
the
my
sky.
things is that I'm just not sure how interested people will be in seeing me stream games that aren't HSR. But eventually I would like to branch out a little bit. But obviously for now and for the near future, I'm going to be mainly sticking to streaming HSR,
Hiding the west
since that's where my audience is.
Away we go!
Because it's the only thing I've been hearing over the past few weeks.
Embrace a new
You considered
life.
playing it when HSR released because I found out Branya Zila are canon in it. Yeah, you can just read their comic where they have a canon kiss. A Honkai Impact 3rd stream would be fun. Oh, I'm glad to hear there's some interest.
US news!
Welt 2, yeah, Welt is great. I just started watching Honkai Impact 3rd last week to scratch the Honkai itch while I wait for 3.4. That's valid. The cutscenes in Honkai Impact are goated. I've seen the cutscenes and the animations. For now, while I'm still starting off streaming, I'm going to stick to HSR streaming. But maybe eventually I'll do interest check polls for streaming other things on Twitter.
As you wish.
Have some sunshine!
Embrace a new life.
Do you play any non-gacha games you'd want to stream? Yeah, mainly Pokemon, honestly. I love playing Pokemon games, doing Pokemon Nuzlocks, doing Pokemon randomizers. That's one of my favorite, like, chill games to play. And I would love to eventually be able to stream Pokemon streams. I think that would be super fun, especially when Pokemon Z comes out, or whatever it's called. I definitely want to stream that new Pokemon game when it comes out. So yeah, mainly Pokemon games. HSR Welt and Honkai Impact 3rd Welt are the same person. Yeah, I'm aware of that. That is a fun fact, though. And I wonder if there are some HSR players who don't know that about Welt.
Hiding the west wind! Away we go!
I know some stuff from lore because I love the HSR lore and watch lots of the lore tubers. Nice. Honkai Impact 3rd has me scared that Himiko is gonna die, lol. Always a valid concern. You love Pokemon too, Shadow? I love to hear that. If we have Pokemon lovers, then maybe a Pokemon stream some point in the future will be possible. HSR and Pokemon my life. Same! It's literally my life. Hoyo games and Pokemon, in a nutshell, is my life. Big Ninja fan? Nice. That's a good pick. You're a Monster ROM hacker? Cool! Radica. What is my favorite Pokemon? Okay. I don't know if this is stereotypical or anything. I'm not gonna say Charizard, don't worry. Gosh. But I feel like a lot of people gravitate towards their starter Pokemon. So for me, I have a soft place in my heart for Turtwig always. My OG starter. So yeah, Turtwig's my favorite Pokemon.
As you wish.
Your last Nuzlocke was not too long ago. It was a completely randomizer for Black and White 2. That sounds fun! I would love to stream something like that sometime. Yeah, I think it's very fair to always be concerned for Himiko's safety every patch. My only thing is, would they really kill her off in 2 games in a row? Like, that just sounds like a bit much, you know? I feel like the plot twist would be to kill someone else off, like Welt. Run and bun stream, you got this. Sylveon? Oh, Sylveon's a great choice. Sylveon's definitely one of my favorite evolutions. I'm very stereotypical! Rude! How about we kill Pom Pom? You sound a little too eager about that, Set. Like, if you sounded reluctant, then maybe, but sounds like you're advocating for Pom Pom's death. My favorite EV evolution is actually Glaceon. Do you guys have favorite EV evolutions? Well, oh no. Pom Pom better watch his back. Set is out here to kill him. True! Pom Pom hasn't given us all the rewards yet.
Have some sunshine.
Especially on my mail-only account. I still need to collect rewards from Pom Pom.
As you wish. Embrace a new life.
Your favorite Pokemon is Licky? Is there a reason for that? That's an interesting choice. They can't kill Little Wilt. My man hasn't done anything. Literally, give him screen time, please, Hoyo. Welt was doing a lot of aura farming in Penacony, I remember. That's all Welt is there for, guys. Welt is mainly there to aura farm. Tongue fetish, perhaps? Okay, I didn't want to say it out loud, but I'm glad you said what I was thinking. Why is Glaceon being my fave very clockable, huh? There's nothing stereotypical about being a Glaceon fan. Okay, Glaceon is a completely normal Pokemon to be a fan of. Oh my god, Psycho Titan. I'm not even gonna read that out loud. How is it clockable? Explain to me.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the sky.
Psycho Titan. So what I'm hearing is that you love Jessie's big fat pink thing. Is that right? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, Psycho Titan is out here trying to out-horny Set.
Burn it all. Now accept your punishment.
Yours is Sylveon because you're stereotypical. Sylveon's a great pick. Sylveon's probably in my top 3 as well. Welt solos Acheron and Herda, no diff, or whatever they call it. True and real. You just mean you love Kirby, Blissey, Clefable, and Wigglytuff? Those are all big fat pink things.
Riding the west wind. Away we go.
Everyone freaks in the chat right now. Listen, my kind of people, okay? My kind of people. I wouldn't expect anything less from my community, okay? Okay, all of you in the chat are clockable right now because all of you are saying Sylveon. So I don't want to hear anything about you guys calling me clockable. Yeah, that's right. If you have to ask how Glaceon is clockable, you need to understand that the call is coming from inside the house. Listen, maybe I'm just in denial. No, but I actually wonder how strong Welt is compared to the Emanators and Aeons. From what I've seen from lore people, they say it's not close. They say the Aeons and Emanators scale a lot higher than a lot of other Hoyo properties. So that's my understanding of it. I don't know anything about Pokemon, but my fave is Eevee because that's Ariana's fave. That's fair. You can never go wrong with picking Eevee, right? I thought they'd make Welt mega powerful or something.
Have some sunshine.
Yeah, I don't think Welt is on the level of the Emanators, based on the power scaling discussion I've seen. Obviously, I'm not huge into power scaling, so I don't have any personal takes on it. But that's just what I've seen. Mime Jr. is super cute. Welt, SP, and Edostar, we deserve a Welt SP. We deserve one for all the Astral Express, meaning Welt and Himiko. Welt is pretty strong, and like his power is unclear because he doesn't have many feats, and Acheron said his black hole could hurt her, so we don't really know. Yeah. Welt doesn't have many feats because all he does is Aura Farm. He never goes all the way.
Dispel the gloom.
Also, can Ruan Mei save Gallagher? 2, please. Gallagher does not need saving. Oh, you mean in the story? No, Ruan Mei cannot save Gallagher. He doesn't even exist. Gallagher was just like a memory fragment thing, right? Nexu, thank you so much for following, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Embrace a new life.
Yeah, girl, there's nothing to save.
May death protect us.
At first, I thought you meant, can Ruan Mei save Gallagher in-game, like in terms of gameplay? And I was like, Gallagher does not need any saving. Gallagher is still the GOAT in-game. I don't care, I want him back. True, you know what? Fair, I would take any Ruan Mei BS excuse just to get Gallagher back. That's honestly so fair. Hopefully we get a 5-star version of Gallagher or something, since he was like a fictionologist or something. I mean, I think that's even more cope than V4 Finan. Gallagher was just a figment of the imagination. He literally was, to some extent, right? I don't care how contrived it is. I want my Zaddy back. You're so fair for that. Gallagher is the savior. That's true, too. Gallagher was just the collective wish of the community for a good 4-star. My man just faded away after that. He also had to die for his sins because they never released another 4-star.
So make them wait.
Besides Moza. I genuinely think that the reason we don't get as many 4-stars nowadays is Gallagher's fault, because they made him too good. Yeah, other 4-stars have to suffer for Gallagher's doings.
Protect us.
To this day, Honkai Star Rail is paying the consequences of Gallagher's existence. Was Finon nerfed at the end? Nice fit on him though, had no idea what to run with him. Thank you so much, Nesqueet. I wouldn't say Finon was nerfed exactly. He had his base attack lowered, so he will be doing less damage. But, I'm not sure if it's enough to slow down his clear speed. I'll have to test it out. And he did receive some buffs, like he now starts battle with 1 point for his ultimate, which smoothens out some of his first ultimate rotations. And I'm so glad to hear you enjoyed the video. I can't believe they never released another 4-star. We are going to be saying that exact line, Ben, in like a year from now. They still won't have released any 4-stars. I think the only thing suffering is the player's wallet. True, but not mine. Still free to play. Crazy SP generation, crazy healing. Yeah, Gallagher is just insane. Crazy toughness bar damage too. The action advance in his base kit was genuinely insane. Luocha deserved that, honestly. Luocha deserved an action advance on his ultimate. And Luocha deserved to be part of the buffed units, but Hoyo wasn't ready for that, I guess.
Embrace a
Thank
new
you, no
life.
problem, Nesqueet. Nesqueet. I don't know how to pronounce the name, sorry. Gallagher being HSR Bennett warms my heart. It's a good comparison. I don't trust the 4-star wanters because, like, they're all Genshin players asking for them when the 4 stars in Genshin still better than most 5 stars. Free to play gang? Yeah, Spin. Maybe after Amphorius main quest, companion quest for the heirs will unlock. Fine on date, please Hoyo. Listen, I would bring out the wallet for a fine on date. I'm just saying. Void Archives, they will pay for what they did to you. Oh, Void Archives could be an upgraded Luocha, I guess. They're not the same person though, but so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, aren't there currently no 4 stars in development according to leakers? Something like that. Definitely sounds about right.
Have some sunshine.
But yeah, if we were to choose 4 more characters to receive buffs, 4 old characters, I wonder who we would
Embrace a
pick.
new life.
I mean, it's probably Zila, Luocha, Imbiber Lunai, and someone else. I'm not sure who else would we pick for a buff. Dill buff in 3.6 so we can get double Danhang banner. Look, that would be neat. Mr. Rekka getting delayed every patch.
May death protect us.
Burn it all.
Does Mr. Rekka have it as bad as Screwlim though? That's the real question. Definitely Goat Xuan, want her to get buffed. True, she could use some more buffs in our kit to help her stay relevant.
So make it wait.
As you wish.
Topaz would appreciate the quality of life that all new characters have. Topaz kind of needs it too, now that she's actively getting power crept by Cypher in Fei Xiao teams. Based on what I've seen, I've not actually done a lot of Cypher testing. Casterus rerun win? Not for a while, Benji. Probably, right? I mean, she was just here.
Forever doomed.
Embrace a new life.
You lost your 50-50 to Clara? That's sad. Especially since Clara is a unit that probably doesn't see much use nowadays.
May death protect us.
Are you skipping Tribi? You know, I don't like her at all, but in 2.x, I never went for Super Break or Acheron, and I was left my dot team in Chewy. Clock that. I am skipping Tribi. I'm aware my account will suffer for it, but,
Make it wait.
you know, it's fine. Hoyo could have made more 4 stars in Fate Stay Night collab by making other servants playable. That's a good point, Hunter. Or make Tosaka Rin playable as a 4 star, right? That would have been neat too. I mean, she's like the face of Unlimited Blade Works.
Conquer all lands. Now accept
And I really just
your
would have loved to see Rin be playable. You lost your last 50-50 to Zila? Listen, I don't want to lose any of my 50-50s, but I do think it would be kind of cool to have my first 50-50 loss to Zila, Blade, or Fuxuan. Not my first 50-50 loss in general, but I mean like to lose a 50-50 to one of them for the first time.
Embrace a new life.
You live and you learn. Tribi is a great character, but I'm still not pulling her. Yeah. Tribi could be the best character in the whole game, and she kind of is, but I'm still fine skipping her.
May death
I'm not looking
protect
to
us.
hyper-optimize my main account, probably.
Hiding the west wind.
Then again, pulling for more characters equals more content for the stream. When you put things in that light, I might consider it. You need Sunday Light Cone and want to get Tribi Light Cone because I have no 5-star Pure Fiction dominant characters other than Tribi. Trippy should do just fine with Dance Dance Dance, honestly, Seiko Titan. I really don't think she needs her Lycone at all.
Dispel the gloom.
Like, out of all the characters in the game, Trippy is one of the ones that probably really doesn't need her Lycone, you know? 260 pulls for Finan, and I still feel unsafe for E2S1. I believe, Fruit Shake. How many pulls are needed to guarantee E2S1? An Axis 50-50 loss to Zila as well. She couldn't wait until after being added to that pool. Is Herda not good in PF anymore? Oh, are you asking for the other person who said they had no good PF characters? Also, I just finished the Finan video, waiting for the Yukong rant vid. Oh, thank you so much, Hunter. I hope you liked it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. The Yukong rant video will definitely be coming. It's basically all scripted out already, since it was part of the original video. I'll just have to edit it and put some footage to it. That means I'll have to record Yukong gameplay for footage for the Yukong video. You've been playing this game for 2 years and you still don't have a single Dance Dance Dance. Ouch! That is some really unlucky RNG, bin. I guess that's fair enough. I just don't have S5 Dance 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 yet because they won't rerun it. Yeah, they know how broken that cone is. That light cone is basically the same thing as them not running any more 4 stars. Me trying to get Finan, his light cone, Sunday, and Ceridra. That's me, Yuki! I'm also in that same predicament. Except, again, I've skipped the entirety of Amphorius patches in order to ensure that I can do this. And get all of Finan's teammates and his vertical investments. You just have to be loyal! Just be loyal like me. My loyalty never wavered. I saved everything for Finan. And now surely I get rewarded with it. Jasmine, thank you so much for the follow. It really means a lot to me and I'm glad to have you here. Okay, looks like they're forcing me to play Super Break now. I don't think I need restored HP. Toughness break is always good.
Share good fortunes.
Chibi means more content. Already thinking like a content creator. Hey, listen. Listen. I've got no excuse this time. I won't deny it.
To ashes. Fight to live.
Already I'm thinking about making pulling videos for every character that I don't have. You're more likely to pull Finan early if you have Mighty on your account. Well, oh no. I've already lost that advantage, I guess. I saw something the other day about vertical investment always being kind of better than getting a lot of characters, but can you clear right now with, I don't know, E6 Kafka? Not sure though. I imagine you can clear with E6 Kafka, yeah. No, I completely support. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for supporting my content creator grind.
Clouds scattered.
The E2S1 Finan pulls will feed families, trust.
Once more.
It'll feed Hoyo, I guess. Vertical investment always better, but gacha games don't want you to know that. Vertical investment is better for account strength, I would agree. But, I mean, part of the fun of gacha games is horizontal investment. And having more characters that you like. You know? Let's not compare shitty Eidolons like the 1.x characters. True. I wonder which of the 1.x characters would we say have the best Eidolons? Is it probably Dill? Because Dill Eidolons are still pretty good. So based off V3, it's become abundantly clear that Finan is really being balanced on the abilities of Ceridra, which is really lame to me. Yeah, I can agree with that, J-Combat. But what can we do? I've already made my feedback video. But it seems Hoyo is intent on this direction. But who knows? Maybe V4 surprises us. Runmei E1? That's true, Runmei. I forgot I sometimes don't even lump Runmei in together with the rest of the 1.x characters. But yeah, Runmei is probably the obvious choice to reread. Rip everyone that bought E6 Blade back in 1.3. Oh yeah, I wasn't talking about fun, and most people who care about fun always complaining about power creep but don't vertically invest. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't vertically invest, but you know, I'm not going to complain about not being able to clear when I've skipped every single character in the 3.x patches. Like, I understand that I'm leaving my account in the dust, but... Are Finon mains in a month gonna be filled with? It won't. True. I've said this before, but Siridra is going to be the second coming of the Jiaoqiu memes. So, if nothing else, at least we will get good Finon memes out of this.
Share good fortunes.
There's a person on Twitter called Jelly Build Shui that literally tests out and clears endgame with low-tier characters. So I guess with enough strategy, you can clear with horizontal investment. Yeah, there's a lot of really awesome content creators out there who are clearing using more forgotten characters. And yeah, that content is always awesome. Siridra will. Yes, she will. Rip me having a C6 child only for him constellations being so mid. Okay. So, I'm an ex-Genshin player. I deleted Genshin around Natlin, but I used to play Genshin religiously since day one. And I had one Genshin character only, who I took all the way to C6. All of my other Genshin characters were only C0, but one character I pulled all the way to C6. Kind of like I'm gonna do for Finon in HSR. So can anyone guess which of my Genshin characters was C6? Let's see if you guys can actually clock me. This is the real test if I'm clockable. You have to guess which Genshin character I took to C6. And that character was Chi-Chi? No, limited banner character. Let's see the guesses. Zhongli, Kazuha, Wriothesley guess, Nuvolette guess, Ito guess. I'm giving Venti vibes. Why is it Farina, Wriothesley? Nobody has guessed it yet, I'll say that. Was not Child, no. Not Eula. Not Xiao. Not Elan, not Kanish. I quit before Kanish's banner, honestly. Not I'll hate them, not Linny. I'll keep letting people guess it until someone clocks it. If you need a hint, it is a male character.
Let us dance once more.
And a male character who has not been mentioned yet. Oh! Ririne and Psychotech got it at the same time. It was Scaramouche, my one Genshin C6 character. It was Wanderer. Grass is green, okay. Calm down there. Very clockable. What do you mean? Okay, I'll admit this one is a little clockable, maybe. Of course it's a Wanderer. I def give the vibes? Oh no, what does that mean? It's because he could fly, isn't it? Well, no. I would have C6'd him even if he healed the enemies. Fork found in kitchen moment. Listen, it still took people a good while to guess it. Scara VA also used to do BL that tells you everything you need to know.
Until everything burns to ashes!
Fork found in kitchen, I'm a saying. But yeah, Scaramouche was my C6 R1 character in Genshin.
Of your body and mind.
It's for the hat, it's always the hat. Oh, it's for his everything. What did you name him, by the way? Oh, yeah, that's fun. I'm not gonna make you guys guess that, because there are too many options. I named him Mochi.
Fight to live!
You know, like mochi ice cream? Because Scaramouche, moosh sounds like mochi, kind of. So I named him Mochi. I want his constellations because he flies longer. Not to be stereotypical, because me too, but Skara attracts a lots of queer people. He has a very queer-coded story, I think. Okay, Kato Yuki, that's the second time you've called me out.
Attack detected.
Wanderer having a sheer tank top is everything to me. True. Ruben, it's because he's emo? Hey, listen. I like angsty twinks, okay?
The sea someplace.
Actually, I will just tell you guys my type right now, okay? I have two types. Type number 1, angsty twink. Type number 2, upbeat himbo.
Clouds scattered.
We've been new, okay. The upbeat himbo one is definitely where my fine on love comes from.
Time to cleanse the filth.
No one in this stream is straight.
Everything in this world
Dude's just a puppy.
is bleeding.
Listen, I knew I would probably attract a certain audience, okay? So I guess I'm not surprised. I guess I can only blame myself. I'm straight, that's propaganda. Listen, we love our allies in this chat, okay? We appreciate our allies. Thank you so much for being here. And for putting up with how insufferable we're gonna be during Pride Month,
Share
okay?
good fortunes.
You are truly the strongest soldiers. I feel the most clockable thing is that the audience being here are the divas. This is my friend, ally. Love you too, Jane Combats. Watching Chewy and being straight, a contradiction? Oh no. Is that the reputation I'm gonna have now?
This is unity. All will be swept away.
Can't say I didn't see it coming though.
Yeah.
Minor truth nuke. Chat is fam right now. You all really are. I love you all. Even though you guys are bullying me and calling me out.
Detonate.
Listen, it's just true. I didn't say it wasn't. I didn't say it wasn't.
Dream vanished.
That's crazy, Nakito. I probably like the bullying. I will neither confirm nor deny. You will never hear me say anything about that out loud, okay? We're not bullying you, we're really nice. If this is you being nice, then I don't want to know what your bullying looks like.
Be of
Truth
your body
nuke.
and mind.
That is a crazy word. We love bullying. Oh, I know. I've seen so much interesting finance stuff. My eyes are either blessed or cursed. Send me those interesting finance stuff. I would like to see.
Burns to
The bullying is how we express our love. You guys are just like Scaramouche. Masochistic? Okay, we don't judge. Listen, I am a Wanderer fan after all.
Enjoying yourself? Clouds scattered.
I will not confirm doesn't mean anything, okay? You're putting words in my mouth.
Yeah.
Eventually, I want to make YouTube videos that does a tier list
Everything in this
ranking
world.
both Star Rail men and Genshin men based on how attracted I am to them. So that'll probably happen eventually. I'll probably make the tier lists on stream too at some point. This user reads fighty documents.
Set the sea someplace.
Psycho Titan! That's crazy that you just admitted that. On main. I would have taken that to my grave. What the heck? Feet tier list? I did not say that, Nakito, okay? I didn't say anything about feet. Tell me the tier Child places in right now. Oh, absolutely top of the tier. Listen, I would C6 Child if his constellations were better, okay? Child would be the second character that I C6 in Genshin, if he had good constellations.
All will be swept away by the
When you
wind.
can't say yes or no, so you opt for vagueness, always. That's always the correct way to go, Bin. Load-bearing tier list, for real? No, but go back. Would you really call him a himbo? No, he's not that dumb, is he? Damn. I think that's fair. I guess I was using the term himbo a little loosely. Psycho Titan, you are so real for this. Oh no. Wait, Hazel, that's just calling yourself out. You're saying that you relate.
Time to cleanse the filth.
She's not cloggable, but she wants to make a hot man tier list.
Everything in this world is bleeding.
Oh, Shadow, are you celebrating my love for Child as well? Not a real Child lover, Ririn. That's fair. Yeah, Child's my favorite. Child is probably my... Would he be my number 2 favorite or my number 3 favorite? Child is probably number 3. Oh, I live in my truth. There's no reason to be ashamed, especially with how the straights act on the internet. Valid. But do you have C6 Heijo? I don't know. I would have to check. Again, it's been a while since I logged into my Genshin account.
Body and mind.
Oh no, not the Child bit. He's folding. I had to deal with my friend obsessing over Child midriff for over 2 years. Your friend is so real for that.
Share
I've
good
gone so
fortunes.
far to search JP and CN sites for...
Let's dance
Oh my
and
god, Fruit Shake! I can't believe you're just admitting that. Out in the open. That's on the internet forever now, Fruit Shake. You can never take it back. Shadow! Stop being... Oh my goodness, you're just outing yourself as a monster fucker. Wait, what's your favorite? A Child? Clip that? Do not clip that. Do not clip that. Child lovers in 2025. I will always love Child. No Child shirtless skin in 2025 is the reason it's flopped. True. And he folded. What was that about clocking again? I didn't fold anything, okay? But Child could fold me. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. I kind of just blurted it out on a whim. You guys are going to weaponize that against me.
Unite our goals.
I must retweet more yaoi on main after this.
I'm so
Shadow, okay. Sure, I believe you, Shadow. Sure, you're saying you didn't want him in his foul legacy form. Nice save. We believe you. Capitano not being a monster. Oh my goodness. I haven't actually seen the Capitano cutscene, but I did see people talking about his body shape not being what they wanted it to be. Fold you over the counter? Hey, your words, not mine.
cleanse the filth.
Your words, not mine. Waiter, more yaoi, please. It do be Pride Month.
Everything in this world
Wait, he isn't? Capitano?
is bleeding.
Yeah, from what I saw, Capitano's body shape was a little... not as big as people would have liked. At least Mighty is buff AF, yeah. Classic Genshin problem though, right? Although, I saw leaks about Genshin. I saw leaks that the next region would have playable Varka and playable Durin. And if that's true, I will actually come back to Genshin for that. Capitano is fine. People are just weird. People have their preferences.
Dream vanished.
This is how I found out. He's just some guy. Mighty having bicep veins is everything. True, Hoyo cooked. They did indeed cook. I saw this one showcase of 4-time Finon beating Mach and my mind went, I wish I were those enemies. Oh my god, Fruit Shake. Varka is literally just Japard though. Listen, Bin, what if I want Japard? What if I just want Japard in Genshin? What if that's all I want? What if that's all I've ever wanted? But Varka is a twink? Listen. People are disappointed in the twinks, okay? I know that. But I'll eat it up. Okay, I never said that was me being disappointed.
dance.
Hope he's a hope he's a Japard XP. Me too. That's all I want. Japard was my whole reason for starting Star Rail. Varka being a Japard XP is everything I could hope for.
Be a pure body and
Blonde Zhongli would sell. It would sell to me for sure. I love hateable twinks and people attack me for it. Mood. The stream is getting increasingly gay pride. Yeah, Durin is really cute. And listen, okay, I strongly headcanon Durin having like a son relationship with Wanderer. And Wanderer is my favorite character, so I have to get his son. So I will definitely come back to Genshin Impact to pull for his son if his son becomes playable. Okay, and that's his baby dragon. As much as I love beefcakes, I'm just happy Genshin is releasing more males. Oh my gosh, was that Genshin's plan all along? To slow down the male releases so that people can't complain anymore? Honestly, kind of makes sense. I love the Durin Wanderer stuff. That Origami World was so good. Yeah, I love their relationship, which is why I will come back just for that. Maybe eventually, when I run out of Star Rail content, I'll come back to Genshin and do Natlin content. If anyone wants to see that, because I never started Natlin.
Rise to the challenge.
everything in this world is bleeding.
Like that gonna happen. That was the last patch I played to grind for Elan E1 and lost the 50-50. Oh no. I'm so sorry you lost it.
Rise to the challenge.
Hazel, were you doubting that the Genshin streams were gonna happen? Because I really will do them. At some point, if people want me to. And if I run out of other content to do.
Clouds scattered.
Rise to the challenge.
That's fair about the Natlin controversies, Seiko Titan.
Let us
By the way, will you stream your Finon pulls? Of course, Fruit Shake! Who would I be if I didn't stream those?
Rise to the challenge.
I'll be pulling for Finon on both my main account and my mail-only account. So that's 2 accounts worth of Finon pulls. And maybe if people want, I don't know, maybe I'll look into asking if people want me to do viewer pulls for Finon. But, yeah. Are you gonna stream tomorrow, Chewy? I might. I think I might start the Amphorius quest tomorrow. I kind of want to keep grinding the streaming content. So, I'm not really looking to take too many breaks. But, again, I'm new to streaming still, so... if my voice ends up shot when I wake up tomorrow, then we'll see.
Rise to the
But the plan is that I want to stream as much as possible. So I would love to stream tomorrow at around this same time. Around the same time I started today. A potential Genshin stream would be pretty nice. I stopped after Sumeru. Yeah.
Dream vanished.
A Psycho Titan, that's so fair about Sumeru. Kiri, by the way, is there a reason your avatar is so zoomed out? On the stream? I just didn't want it to cover any of the characters or the skill points. So that's why I chose to put it where it is.
Everything
But
in
would you
this
guys like
world
my avatar to be more zoomed in, or
rise.
is it too hard to see for a lot of you? Don't forget to drink water, that helps with the voice. Yeah, I have a water bottle right here. I don't know if you guys could hear me shaking it. No, fuck the game, make it bigger. Yeah, I can make it bigger if you guys want. You can cover the basic attack.
That's fine.
Get it together.
Honestly, I don't want to mess around with my VTube stuff while I'm on the stream, but I'll look into enlarging it for the next stream. When are you adding the Twitch command to drink water? Man, I'm such a noob to adding drink commands, oh my goodness. I'm such a noob when it comes to adding Twitch commands still. But I'll look into it for sure.
Rise to the challenge.
Bigger. Wait, so you guys are saying you want me to be bigger?
Let us
us dance once more.
Just cover the SP, methinks, unless you really need to like talk about it. No, I can definitely cover the SP, yeah. But again, I'll mess with my VTube size settings for the next stream. I'm gonna keep it the same for now. Just to make sure I don't mess anything up. I'm kind of paranoid.
Everything in this world is
Water ASMR, yeah.
sets the seas aflame.
I'm glad you guys said something about wanting the avatar to be bigger though. The feedback is really helpful since I'm still pretty new to this.
Unite our goals.
Tap detected.
Argenti moans very good for the ears. Hazel, you are wilding tonight. You are not holding back. That's the thing that stopped me from streaming and doing YouTube because I don't have editing skills and I'm not good with OBS or stream elements. Haha. Psycho Titan, I'm also very technologically challenged, as I like to put it. I am not great at all with technology, but you know, I just did a lot of research and it's taken a lot of testing. Like, a lot of my early stream VODs aren't even available anymore, but there were definitely a lot of early streams that you guys can't see anymore, where I was going through the growing pains of trying to figure things out. And obviously I'm still going through the growing pains of trying to figure things out. But yeah, it's just a learning process, so my advice to you would be to just start, and you'll learn along the way, you know? I mean, it's okay to be paranoid, but you gotta mess up to get it right, yeah. Yeah, I'm horrible with that stuff. Same Shadow. How did this go from V3 reactions to gooning? Help. Well, what else are we gonna do? Someone's gotta give Fionan the loves he deserves. Yeah, that's T. Glad to hear you were able to figure it out. Yeah, and I'm still figuring things out, you know? Like, even today's stream, I'm testing out new stream settings for today's stream. Because last time I streamed, I watched the stream back, and I was not happy with the stream quality at all when I watched it back. The stream from even just a few days ago. So I'm still trying out new stream settings today to see if it makes the stream quality better. Speaking of which, how has the stream quality been? Because the last stream I did, things were getting a little pixelated, so I tried to fix things for this stream, hoping that the quality would be better. Clocking the whole chat as gooners, yeah. You guys have not been subtle about it, okay? I don't even need to clock anything because you guys are calling yourselves out. Actual self-reporting. Argenti moans saving us from fireflop screams. Aventurine needs to go in the middle. Wait, I'm using my Aventurine and my Robin and my Fei Xiao. Why would I use the trial ones? Robin and Aventurine. Well, now we get to try out Cypher's nuking ultimate in this game mode. That'll be fun. Shameless. What else can we do? I love how this is just the next viable option for you. Hey, chat's not arguing. And I am nothing if not an extension of my chat. I hope the frame rate of the stream has been fine for everybody. Again, I was testing a new stream settings for this stream.
Harmony and unison.
Chat, is that one guy gooning over Argenti and getting defensive doesn't go, well, I should shut up. I'm trying to keep the gooning private, but when I use Mighty on DU, I play— oh my gosh, Bin! TMI! Perfect? Okay, great to hear, Shadow. Wait, so Cypher is better than Topaz in fart teams now? She is, based on what I've seen. Again, I've not done a whole bunch of Cypher testing, but my understanding is that she's better. That one picture of Mighty. Which picture, Rireen?
Stars echo.
You have to send it to me on like my Twitter or my Discord.
I'll take it all.
With enough believers, lies become reality!
Whoa! Cypher's English VA kind of popped off with that ultimate voice line. That was really good. Reminds me of that one meme of Mighty's ult, where he has his cheeks— oh my goodness. I've actually seen that though, Kato Yuki. Maybe my own self-report, but I have seen that Mighty edit. Oh, that one, Rireen? Yeah, I've seen it then. To be fair, Hunt March was already better than Topaz, so there's no real harm. Hunt March is more comfortable than Topaz, at the very least. What does it say about you, Kato Yuki, that you knew which Mighty gooning pick they were talking about? Oh my gosh, not everyone here knowing the exact Mighty pick we're talking about. That's so degenerate that we all just know the exact pick. You gotta at least pretend you don't know what we're talking about. You have all the mods installed?
You can't run.
It's everywhere, dude. We can't escape it. That's fair. You know what? That's my excuse too. I only happened to see it. By chance.
Watch your head.
Is it that everybody is so mean to me, Pick? I mean, I think that Mighty... oh my gosh. Hi Hanamiya Yujin. We're having a total normal chat right now. I can't wait for Fine on Mods.
Harmony and unison.
Well, I won't be able to stream Fine on Mods, so I won't be able to use them. But I'll enjoy looking at them. It's not gooning, it's sharing info. It's shared gooning, okay, Rireen? I'm happy to be clueless on that. I take the wins I can get. Listen, you call it a win. Oh, Walan Mint, thank you so much for the follow. I'm so glad to have you here. This is a topic of all time. How did we get to this topic? I understand we were gooning. Alright, who was it? Who brought up the Mighty booty pick? I'll be able to goon to my Finan in peace at last. Weak. You see, us real Finan gooners can goon to him no matter what. Not me. It was you, Kato Yuki. Why does that make too much sense? Okay, well, I've been gooning to him. Okay, crazy thing to just admit. Goon maxing, I see. I didn't see the full vision, huh? Forgive me for not being on your level of gooning set. I shall try harder. I think I made a post on how gorgeous Finan and Mighty's models are, not the butt pics. Good thing you clarified, because with the way this conversation was going, I definitely would have gotten the wrong idea. Goon level 99. Is 99 the max? I agree with you though, Ben. Finan and Mighty really do have some gorgeous models.
Never hesitate. You can't run.
Watch your head.
Too slow. Forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
I stay at Goon level 99 as a base. I've been reading Yaoi while watching for hours. Oh my goodness, is my stream just like a background to Yaoi reading? That's crazy.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Please don't ask what is the max level of gooning. What are you doing? Honestly, you're right. I should know better than to ask scary questions like that. Someone said, this is my first impression of you. Help. How are you gonna beat the allegations? Listen.
Stars echo.
It shouldn't be your first impression of me, okay? It's not me, it's my chat. It's not me, it's you guys, okay? I'm being completely normal. I'm just echoing what chat's saying and interacting, okay? The fact that on the CN side, Fight is #1 in ranking they have is crazy. The allegations are unbeatable. Which allegations? Oh no. Hoyo ain't gonna like me trying to brute force everything with Fighty only. No, your energy just inspires me to be who I am. Should I take that as a compliment, or... This is my first impression of your chat. I am so sorry, Struggy. I am so sorry. My apologies. I promise we can be normal. I promise we were normal the entire time we were discussing Finance Kit in his V3 beta update, okay? Whenever we're discussing actual gameplay and analysis, I promise we can be normal. You are the extension of us after all. Hey! Hey! Don't throw my own words back at me, Hazel. The chat is the reflection of the streamer.
You can't run.
I've been nothing but normal. You have been more normal than a lot of the others, Shadow. The only not normal thing was you admitting that you would go for a child's monster form.
Watch your head.
We're just the mirror to your clockable tea. So would that make this a tea party? But I'm sorry if that was bad. I wanna fruit shake. Oh, that's so real. I feel you. Chewy and the Chewers know when to serious and when to goon, of course. Is that what we're calling you guys? My Chewers? Even the name Chewer sounds
Lies become reality.
suspicious, you know? Chewers, oh no. That is not a good name.
Victory is inevitable.
Kato Yuki, just realized that I'm going to have to build 3 men in 3.4. Finan, Archer, and Sunday?
I'll take it.
Psycho Titan? I've been normal the whole time? Yeah, sure. And I'm straight.
You can't run.
Too slow. Spend freely. Bust. Or maybe
I wouldn't though, you misunderstand me.
all in.
The chat definitely has some sugar in its tank. Chewers sounds so debasing. I agree. Oh wait, I saw some leaks saying that they switched the Triple Harmony banner to Firefly, is that true?
Become reality.
I never saw any leaks about the Triple Harmony banner, Struggy, but the leaks do currently say Firefly. So that does seem to be true for now.
Me.
Archer seems to be more fun to play mechanically. Yeah, I think Archer is similar to Boot Hill, where there are a lot of ways to mechanically optimize him. OMG, you're straight? I'm sorry for assuming your sexuality. Can't believe you're married with 2 kids and go to church every day. That's how straight you are. Yep. Real. True and real. I'm so glad Archer's hot. Everyone was doom posting him before leaks. They were? Why were they doom posting Archer? Like in terms of looks? Archer's always been hot.
Tricks already.
Please, can we not keep Chewers? It doesn't seem right. Hey, I never said we were keeping it. That was someone else's words.
The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Found me.
That won't do.
Maybe we can lean into the bar aspect of Chewy Bar in my name instead of the Chewy aspect. Because melanin plus he's free. Okay, that's fair, I guess. Boot Hill is GOAT. The sense of satisfaction when you figure out the rotations to go sustainless with him. Yeah, Boot Hill's a lot of fun. Although I don't own him. You're pulling Finan because you need a man to feel invested and hate women. Listen, your words, not mine. Chewy Bara? When I get Finan, I'm gonna be staring at his character menu in ultimate mode for a whole couple of hours. Fruit Shake, that's a phenomenon we call gooning. They were doom posting Archer because they were gonna take his melanin away, which they did make him a little lighter. Okay, so they were doom posting in the sense that they were worried Hoyo would mess him up. I see.
With enough believers, lies become reality. Gotcha.
They did make Archer tinier than he is in Fate though, low-key. That's just the limitation of Star Rail models, I guess.
Never hesitate.
Found me.
That won't do.
If they gave Archer more melanin, he'll be his ultra version.
Stars echo.
It's not gooning, it's just looking respectively. Sure, Kiri, whatever you want to tell yourself. That's what we all tell ourselves.
Is inevitable.
Also, men haters were doom posting that he's ruining the all-girl vibe, so there was that. Ah, because Quantum was a female-only element, right?
I'll take it on.
Whatever, I'm still gooning to Archer. That's so fair. That's so valid. Listen, I'm a lover of Shiro, as in not Archer Shiro, just regular Shiro. So I was sad when we didn't get him in the game. But of course they weren't going to do that.
Or maybe I'll take it
I love Archer too, of course. I love all the Emiyas.
Forever triumphant.
Emiya is one of the girlies. Quantum, the girls, the gays, and Archer.
Amateur.
I hate Emiya. He's so annoying to me. That's fair. Psycho Titan, have you only ever watched the anime? I think Emiya's character comes across a lot better in the visual novel. Not that I've played the visual novel, but I've seen stuff about it. I love the shirtless old Emiya one. Also, I might just have a thing for main characters with a hero complex, which is part of my love for Emiya and part of my love for Finan.
Come to me.
With enough believers,
Lies become reality. Gotcha.
Wait, which shirtless one? Him or his dad?
fearless knows not fear.
I think Psycho Titan is talking about... What's his name? Senji Marumasa, right? You want to play the game for the what?
Triumphant.
Psycho Titan, that's like the craziest thing you've said all night.
I'll take it all.
Found me.
Senji is some other guy, yeah. He just shares Shiro's looks.
It's on me. Bust.
Yes, Marumasa is hot, we love him. I agree. Marumasa is smoking. Is this a burger? Why didn't I not notice this before? Oh, that's the best thing about him, that he's not Emiya. Rude. But valid. Psycho Titan is right though, that's such a fire reason.
Triumph.
Just followed. Oh no.
Victory is inevitable.
You can't run.
The Gooners are assembling. At least he's honest.
The fearless knows not fear. That won't do.
Any Zenless gays in the chat right now? I've never played Zenless, unfortunately. Y'all ever just imagine Saber and Archer seeing Mighty and wondering, he looks like someone we know, and oh, he actually respects girls? I do wonder if they'll make a joke about Mighty looking similar to Gil in the Fate event. That sounds like the sort of meta joke that Hoyo would write.
With enough believers,
Lies become reality. Gotcha.
never hesitate.
Found me.
Too slow. Forever
Fruit Shake, listen.
triumphant.
That would make me get my wallet out, for sure.
Inevitable.
Listen, I'll just admit that much, okay? I think the Fate event is happening in Penacony, so I don't think they will, sadly. Unfortunate.
Can't run.
That won't do.
I'd hope that he's a little better written in the VN, because I don't like Yelly Saver complex characters that are inconsistently written. That's fair.
Never hesitate. The fearless knows not fear.
ZZZ men are rare, but they're high quality.
Bust.
I do enjoy looking at Lighter, I will say that much.
All in.
Forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
But in order for me to actually start playing ZZZ, I would probably need to be severely lacking in content in other games before I turn to ZZZ for content.
No dirty tricks. All in.
We're not talking about the dog or the bear, right? Right? I'm definitely not, Kiri. Listen, no kink shaming, but I'm personally not into that. I wish Castor could have won in UBW since she's way smarter and cooler than Emiya. Emiya didn't win in UBW either. The canonical final ruling is that Rin wins UBW.
Bust.
Finance Fate event stats are Endurance A and Strength A, so he must be- Oh my gosh, Fruit Shake. Why is that even the first thing you're thinking of?
Never hesitate. Too slow.
You can't run.
Forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable! The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Psycho Titan, you take that as him winning. Archer is GOAT, we love him. Archer is the GOAT. And Mia won 2 routes, it's pretty insane.
No dirty tricks, alright?
You need to get stronger.
Watch your head.
I failed.
All in.
But I mean, listen, I do like Caster, so I wouldn't have been mad at Caster winning. Or I wouldn't be mad at Caster having a route dedicated to her.
I'll take it all.
I'd love if you put timestamps on the VOD after the stream and name it Gooning Session. Oh my goodness, for a second I thought you were being serious. That is not happening, Ben. In fact, I'm like... I gotta do everything I can to hide this Gooning Session stream. Archer would be so fun for me if I had Sparkle. Yeah. He does have some pretty strict team building requirements. Like a series based on smarts and power and the character with no real power who just screams getting to win. Hateful. Yes, Gooning Session? No! We are pretending this Gooning Session never happened after the stream. Fanfic writing stream when? Listen, I've wanted to make videos where I basically make fanfic character kits. What do you mean Gooning Session? It's been going all the stream.
I'll take it on.
The fearless knows not
Are you trying to hide us?
You can't.
Watch your head.
No comment. How about that? No comment.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Your E0 S1 Sparkle finally getting let out of the basement. Yeah, Kato said imagine not having Sparkle. But it's more like imagine having Sparkle and watching her get power crept so fast. What if every stream is a Gooning stream? Then you can't hide us. Then I better make you guys behave. Although, you see, I'm thinking about the Amphoria story streams that I'm going to be doing to catch up. Are the story streams going to be serious? Or are the story streams just going to be more gooning for Finan and Mighty and Anaxa? You should check out Oath Under the Snow if you want to see Emiya suffer. We're getting locked away like Hoyo did with Biden's proper kit. But hey, Hoyo will eventually release his proper kit in the form of Serija, so that means you guys also have the capability to eventually get let out of the basement. Forcing your will onto people, that's kind of kinky. Hazel, what are you saying? I think some people in here would like that. Oh no. Definitely Psycho Titan would. I might have pulled Anaxa if his coat was off. So we got armpit content?
With enough believers, let it become reality.
Is this a cry for help? Everything you say gets more unhinged.
Harmony and unison.
I believe they're just gooning because there's nothing else going on. So maybe if we do the story, it wouldn't be that bad. Surely. Surely, Kiri.
Not fear, too slow.
You can't run.
Chop chop, guys. Let's try not to act like animals all the time. Yeah, let's see how long that lasts, Ben.
Forever.
Struggy! The drooling emoji. What?
Victory is
You guys are crazy. Every minute passes, chat goes more degen. This really is just a gooning session stream. No, I'm not needing to be bossed around by... Did you just call me Sword Swallower? What does that even mean? Kato, what? This chat is spiraling out of my control very quickly.
Amateur.
I can't believe this chat is going to be some people's first impression of the stream.
never happy,
Why is everyone into armpits? I couldn't tell you, Ben.
too slow.
Chat is completely wilding.
Bust.
I give off that vibe? Me? Now, okay, hold on, Fruit Shake. You've got me interested there. I'm joking! I'm joking, I'm joking. Oh god, I'm enabling you guys way too much, aren't I? That's the problem. Where did the topic of gooning come from?
Stars echo.
There's worse things to be into.
Spend freely.
I don't even want to know.
With enough believers, lies become reality. Gotcha. I won't do. You can't run. Never.
And Naxa would have sold better if you could see his waist and shoulders. I mean, that's fair. I've been here 3 hours, and I think this place is going to be my downfall. I don't know how to feel about it. It is like looking death right in the eyes. I promise next stream will not be this degenerate. There's no gooning in an honest observation. It all started because of Mighty? True, let's blame Mighty. It's always Mighty's fault. Make Gotcha Men dress. Oh, okay. Him and his succulent self. Succulent is a crazy descriptive word to use. Not that you're wrong.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
You like Finan, and Finan has a very kinky choker on, so I think Finan started this. Get my Princess Mighty's name out of your mouth.
Or maybe I'll take it off.
With enough believers, lies become reality. Gotcha. I'll take it off. Forever. Triumph. Victory is inevitable. You can't.
Max Viter, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. Ricardo Roy, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate you being here.
Watch your head.
Even if the vibe right now is kind of suspicious in my chat, we still appreciate you being here. Everywhere I go, I'm surrounded by gooners. True. Finan has so much grabbable parts. Okay, I'm agreeing with you there.
Me.
We're sorry for the gooning. You better be. You better be sorry. The stream has gone completely unhinged because of you guys. We went from having real discussions about Finan's kit to whatever we're doing right now.
I'll take it off.
Wait, I think I started this with my Argenti comment, so probably. Wow, okay, I get a uh-oh, and everyone else gets a wow, thank you for following. Listen, the uh-oh was because you came in at a very specific time, okay, Struggy? But thank you for following as well. All the gooning is just from bots, methinks? You're right, the goon bots have invaded my chat.
Freely.
From Finan's kits to Finan's tits, that is the best
Or maybe
comment
I'll take it off.
all day. Okay, Kato Yuki, you took it a step too far.
Watch your head. All in.
Forever. Triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
Finan chest pillows, I would buy one. I'm a bot, but not that bot. Oh my gosh, Hazel.
Lies become reality. Gotcha.
At least you're proud of what you are, Hazel. You know what? That's respectable.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
Look, if you didn't want me looking at Mighty, oh, would have covered up. Okay, okay.
The fearless knows not fear.
My chat is the exact type of people Hoyo is catering to, by the way. The Gooner crowd.
Forever.
To each their own. To each their own.
Victory is inevitable!
I'll take it on. With enough believers, lies become reality. Gotcha.
Yeah, you two really are kindred spirits.
Resonate all together. Stars echo.
Never hesitate! I won't do.
You can't run.
They're really the hand that feeds them. Struggy, it's okay.
Come to me.
Yeah, it's all going to be okay. I promise. Calm down.
The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Found me.
So, has this Fei Xiao run been taking like 3 hours or what? I feel like we've been on this for forever.
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Any Aventurine lovers in here? Yeah, because it makes you use Fei Xiao and AoE content for some reason.
Take it off.
If you want to stop the goon, you gotta change the topic. Like, how about that? Okay. Psycho Titan, you didn't even try. I've been seeing that purple tornado for like 30 minutes. Same, Hazel. I was going to say that. The Fei Xiao run has been like eons in here, yeah. I guess it's, like Radhika said, they forced us to use her in AoE content. It takes forever because the characters deal little damage, yeah.
Never hesitate! I won't do.
You can't run.
All in.
I guess the one upside is that Cypher's ultimate voice line is really good. I like her voice acting on that line. Aventurine Death of Bratty Bottom, okay.
Victory is inevitable!
My favorite type. Aventurine was my favorite character before Finan. Finan V4 leak. He gets... okay. Okay, Fruit Shake.
Watch your head.
Would. Just saying.
Something's fishy.
You love Aventurine as well?
Or maybe I'll take it off.
How can you not love Aventurine, honestly? He's got it all. He's very exposed in his ult. He is. Not denying that. I like this event. I just wish the characters did more damage, yeah. That was my problem with the event way back during its first run too, was that the event just felt like your characters were stack generators for the gimmick.
Lies become reality.
I've heard Fei Xiao and Cypher's ult dialogue like 56 times at this point. It's been crazy. Same. Maybe that's the real reason we devolved into gooning.
Fishy.
We're just going insane from all of the repetition. After all, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Victory is inevitable!
We got asked if we love Aventurine, and not what you want to do with Aventurine.
It's on me.
Is Twitch stream struggling for anyone? Oh yeah, it looks like it is buffering a bit. Okay, I'm sorry about the small buffering. Yeah, I can see on my stream manager there are some buffering, which is strange because I'm not getting any dropped frames.
Maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
But hopefully it fixes
Found
itself.
me. With enough believers, lies become reality. Gotcha. Come to
It's not completely paused or crashed, is it? The stream? Because on my stream manager, I can see it still going.
Forever.
Okay, now we're dropping some frames.
Victory is inevitable! The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Apologies if frames are dropping, or if we're buffering. My stream manager is struggling a bit right now, it looks like. Oh my god, it finally ended. You love Aventurine. His patch was my favorite before. I see you swapped over to YouTube, Psycho Titan. I guess Twitch chat was really struggling, huh? Yeah, we are dropping some frames. My stream manager says stream is a little unstable right now. I think we're going to end the stream here then. I really don't feel like going through another super long run of the event anyway. We good? We back? Yeah, is everything okay with the stream? YouTube is running okay, but Twitch is struggling right now. Yeah, it looks like it's still struggling. Every time I hear the chorus for Sweet Am I Beat in the Cosmos, another angel ironically dies. Okay, I think we're going to end the stream here anyway. Especially since the stream is struggling on Twitch. So yeah, this was... I mean... This was a different kind of fun than the last stream. This stream went completely unhinged, completely off the rails. But I will take responsibility for some of that unhingedness, okay? I guess I was enabling my chat a little bit. But yeah, it was a lot of fun going over the Finon V3 changes with everyone. And everything that came after was also fun, I guess, in its own way. Brain rock gooning stream. That's basically what I should name this VOD, huh? Stream manager was tweaking from the event repetition. Oh, so just like the rest of us. Well, it was a pleasure watching it and meeting you today. It wasn't my fault for gooning it all, surely. So the plan is for the next stream to be me continuing the Amphoria story. Since I'm very behind, I'm still on 3.1. So I will be continuing the 3.1 story in the next stream. The plan is for the next stream to take place tomorrow around a similar time frame that today's stream did, but I will let everyone know on Twitter for sure. So be sure to follow me on Twitter if you want to follow stream announcements and everything like that. And you can also add me over on Discord, both of which you can find in my Twitch account description or my YouTube account description. Enable is crazy to say when you were agreeing with most of what they said. Listen, agreeing is enabling, okay? Yeah, good night, Kato Yuki. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Saffron, thank you so much for the follow. It means a lot to me to have everyone here today. And yeah, it was a super fun stream, despite being unhinged. And yeah. So that's all from me. Next time, we will go to Amphorius and continue the story. So good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.